What's up, y'all? My name is Chris Porter. We're here at Adobe Live. I got the fabulous Nick
brother?
Longo. Yes, we're in
Dude,
it. We're in it.
Finally.
Yeah, we
Long time coming.
Yeah, we've been trying to do an Adobe live stream together for a hot minute. We've been friends, and now we can finally show y'all what we got going.
It's gonna be a good day, man.
Yeah,
got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great streams coming today. We're going to start off, like I said, with Nick. He's going to be doing a lot of really cool social media kit handle and everything. He's going to do some client handoff, show y'all some cool tricks of the trade. I'll be following up him doing some vector to video stuff with Jess Goldsmith, and then Jess will come in hot and ready with some really great Illustrator stuff going right into Express. She's going to be killing it. I cannot wait for that stream. We got a lot of great stuff
man,
going.
we're going to be here all day. It should be fun. We got a great trio. Folks. I love this, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
It's dope.
Cool.
But you wanna hop in, man?
Let's do it, man. Oh,
we don't waste any time.
we're gonna go
here.
right into it, guys.
Yeah.
You know how we do it here. So what we're gonna do is, I was trying to think of something fun to do for this stream, and it'll be continuing in my second one later in the day. But I wanted to do, like, we were talking about dream clients the other day on office hours, and we were like thinking about, like, what would be your dream client like right now? What would you love to do?
Ooh.
Any ideas?
My dream client.
You're kind of doing it on the side.
I kind of am doing it a little bit, but I would have to say MLS is still probably my dream
client.
client.
There you go.
Like,
Perfect.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to do was, I was thinking of, like, I'm a huge car fanatic, and I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to do a fictional kind of new EV brand? And what we're gonna do here is, this is kind of a little kind of like sneak peek. We'll get into this a little bit. This was like the creative brief that we just wrote up. But for our kind of agenda today, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna build a bunch of stuff on Illustrator, and then kind of transform it into a brand and a library into Express. And from there, we can make a bunch of stuff. We could do some animation, we can do some social media things. And it should be a fun way to kind of like show you the power of, like, any native kind of app like Photoshop or Illustrator, and taking the stuff that you do there and bringing it over to Express, which I think is this missing link that a lot of people don't realize how cool it is, what you can do with the work once you bring it over there.
Yeah, I mean,
really
it's
fun.
got a great connective tool, right? It's like the glue that you don't really know that you need sometimes.
Exactly.
And so I'm really excited to see how you show us to do that.
All right, so this is our rundown. We're gonna finalize the logo. We're gonna build out a bit of a system, gonna get the color palette. I'm gonna show you a new feature that I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen this, but what you can do in your color palette right now. We're gonna make a pattern, and then we're gonna upload everything and show you the ways you can kind of incorporate all this stuff into Express and do some media. So I'm gonna need your help, Chris. I'm gonna need chat's help. I can see a bunch of people over there already kind of chiming in. This is the brand name. It's called Ampy, and I was looking for a short, punchy little name for a brand here for the car company, and I just wanted to try some fun stuff here. I really liked this one here. I don't know about you, but, like, to me, this one just had this fun. It had, like, it's very like sporty, but it's also very kind of youthful, and I think this is kind of what I was thinking about as well. Yeah. And this is a cool little font. It's called Remodia, I believe. Yeah, and I just love the vibe of it. This also has some really cool alternatives. So as you kind of hover over, you can see it gives you like a simple one, but then it gives you this one that's got a little bit of an attitude.
Right, yeah.
So I picked a few that I thought would look pretty cool here. So we're just gonna convert it to outline. It's always the first thing I love to do. And then basically just start messing around with it and seeing, like, what kind of things can kind of like work together. Sometimes it's even just as simple as putting a little thing like that together and seeing how it looks. What do you think about maybe rounding that off, like the little, like the crispness here?
I was gonna say the A kind of, it feels like left out of the playfulness.
I know.
It's like everybody got invited to recess and the A's just still in class.
Exactly.
Give
right?
it some love.
I know, man. We got to do that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go in there with the minus tool. We'll get rid of these two that are here.
Yeah.
It shortens it up a little bit. And now let's, like, I think if we just kind of give it that round feature here, like that. This could be all we need to kind of just see. I think it feels a little, there you go. I can already see it's kind of like blending. So all I'm gonna do is just do this for some of these here down at all these different corners. It's cool to do them kind of, like, when you do this, you could do the whole word, but I like to go in and kind of like truly kind of mess with some of that stuff and see how it looks here as well. Right?
Yeah, because not every corner is the same.
No, exactly.
No corner is left behind.
Exactly.
All right.
And I just love this. Like, all of a sudden, I'm starting to see a new shape kind of take in. Looks like this font had a really funky little guy here. So
it might be interesting to go ahead and round them all, because your dot is a circle.
Yes.
And so if you rounded all of them, then it kind of feels like an ink pen almost.
Oh, that's true. All the way. You mean like all the way?
Like if you did a full roundabout for all these things.
Let's see. So So you're talking like more like that.
If you just
the
do,
halfway point.
yeah, if you just go all the way. But let's see the original plan.
So here we go. Let's see how that's starting to look. I know it's almost like your choice. Do you do it all the way with those? But I kind of like, it's starting to feel a little bit more friendly.
Yeah, the A definitely feels part of the group now.
Okay, cool. So now let's get these guys here as well. Let's see. There we go. And we'll see how that works. Oh, it's being finicky now. It wants to be like, you got to do these separately, Nick. And then this last one, I think, is really, this and the I are really going to take it home. Let's see. So we got that one.
Yeah, the P's carrying everything.
Right.
Now.
It's such a great little script font there.
Oh, I love the connectivity happening right there.
Okay, so let's get this guy here.
What is happening with? Oh, because you brought it in.
Sure, exactly. And then we'll give it a little bit of a drop. That looks fun. So all of a sudden, I'm really kind of digging that it has a much more casual, friendly. I think that's one of those things, lowercase and rounded.
Yeah.
If you need a friendly version of a logo, those are your first two things I would say go do, right?
Yeah,
round them off and have some fun with these here. So that's cool, man. All right, let's see. And while we're doing this, chat, if you've got any ideas for the name of the first car they're going to come out with. So Ampy is the company name.
Yeah.
And I have some fun little Firefly images that we created of the car, and I'll show you that in a sec. But anyways, if you have a great name for that, that would be a blast.
Yeah, drop us some names.
Okay.
They can be as creative as you want them to be.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. Give us your best or your worst.
Or your worst.
The worst is great. We work in the buffet method here.
We'll be the judge. Yeah.
We walk around.
There
we
you
might
go.
not eat everything, but we can look at it all.
Yeah.
We can look at
Window
it all.
shop.
Yeah, we're window shopping right now. All right.
I love it. Okay, so I kind of dig that. Before I get to the little mark that we created, and we're going to see if there's some way to do it, I want to show you something really cool. So I generated a few little kind of like logo things here for the color. So I'm just going to make a few swatches here. And we've got 5 kind of signature colors, right? Or 6, actually. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, you got one kind of...
What do you do when you like kind of like start thinking of your brand colors? Like I love this idea of like having a super dark, having a light, almost this eggshell right here, right?
Yeah.
Love that. And then some kind of like in-betweens and maybe a tone on tone of one of your colors. I'm kind of a fan of that.
Yeah, I love to have one that's got a really deep contrast.
Yeah.
So a dark background and then one that's going to really splash off the page, right?
Exactly.
So, but I think what you've got going on here feels very new.
Yeah, it's fresh.
It feels new and fresh. I definitely think that navy is vital for this palette.
Isn't that great?
Though. Yeah.
The one thing I did want to do is have that like typical neon green that everybody has in the EV market for cars. Yeah. So I love these softer ones, and then the yellow to me is more like, I really like that vibe for electricity, right?
Now, when you present to your clients, do you present the palettes with custom names? Do you like to give the custom names, or do you kind of just give them the colors?
I've been using a lot of, I think AI is really fun to use for uploading your color palette and saying, here's my brief. It knows everything about the brand and say, give me some color choices, which I really love. That's really smart.
Yeah.
You got to do that.
I love that you say that's really smart, talking about things that you do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's like, this is really smart. I do it.
See, this is me and Chris just talking normally. I love
We're just hanging out.
I love it. Now, here's the cool thing I want to show you guys. When you select your color palettes like this and basically drop them in here, so, I got them in there. So we're going to do this, and we're going to go to new swatch group, right? So I'm just going to call this Ampy here, 1, just like that. And what's cool about this is now you'll see it here in my window here, right, in your swatch palette. But the new thing you can do when that's selected, hover over here, and basically what we're going to do is going to go generate swatch info. And this is like, I caught this a few weeks ago and thought this was the coolest thing. It saves so much time. All you got to do here is you can put a certain width for your card content. This is literally giving you your color and all of its information. So you can say I want hex, HSB, RGB, CMYK, and everything. And with one click, you got this incredible...
That's incredible.
Look at this. You have your color swatch library. How many times is this something you've got to put together manually?
It takes so long.
Isn't that great?
It takes so long.
Love that.
Yeah.
So look at that. We've got this whole new thing, so I can kind of get rid of those. It groups, and it's all editable, guys, so you can literally go in there, and I'll zoom in a little bit more, and you can see there. You've got basically all live type. It's really great.
It's all editable.
Isn't that great?
And you could upload each individual one
Yeah.
into your library.
Exactly.
And then if you're putting together your brand guidelines.
There you go.
Then you can actually bring it in, and then you can resize it if you want it to be a bit bigger.
There you go.
Because
Perfect.
that finding those hex codes, having to click it and then remember like each HSB. Man, so
Isn't
much,
that great?
so time.
I know.
Much time.
So there you go. You got all these really cool ones to mess with, which is great. We can go individually and take these. I can put them into our library here as well, which is kind of cool. So I believe if we go down here, we can do the fill color.
Yeah.
So basically with that one here, let's go here.
And Jess is saying that they use color.adobe.
Ah, great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's always a good one if you are just lost and trying to find some inspiration. I think that's a really good one to go with as well.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. I kind of came up with this little like logo mark for Ampy, and it's again a lowercase a, but I love this idea of kind of like making it almost the simple, circular shape, but just throwing in this little tail for like the lowercase a.
Yeah.
And then from here, I think what I want to do is to finalize the logo so we can start doing this. I'm gonna bring this over. What's your thought on when you like line up a word mark with a letter with an actual icon? Do you have any do you go by eye? Do you have any kind of like a lot of times I'm trying to figure that out like that and be like, does that feel clean?
Yeah.
Where it's like that, or is this? I think you can obviously do one like that, which looks pretty cool.
Well, when you have a shorter name, I think that it works
Totally.
really great to be able to lock it up,
Right.
As it's above it, because then you can bring that into social if
Yes.
you need it, if you want to have the name in there too.
Exactly.
But I
Yeah.
typically like to, if it's an A icon,
Yeah.
and then an A word, I try to not to have it be next to each other, so it's like
Perfect.
AA.
Love that.
So
Yeah.
this feels right, and then I try to make it really tiny, because if it can work really small,
Yeah.
then it can work anywhere.
Yeah, it's true. I love that, man. And you don't want to overcomplicate it. I think just having something that kind of feels really clean and good. It feels like everything's got its place, which is cool. Kind of like those two colors for that. And then all I'm going to do is just start thinking of like, what are the other options where we have one like this.
Yep.
And I think we'll do this here. I'll do a quick kind of like line up like this to see. But a lot of times too, it's a little bit off now, right? It looks
because
like
it's aligning with the P.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe right around there looks pretty good.
That's
right?
nice. That's real nice.
So I love this idea. Every time I'm doing this with students, when we build one logo, I say, now how many more logos can you make from this one? And they're like, well, what do you mean? It's like, it's just that. And it's like, no, we got your horizontal one, right? Then you have your one that's just maybe the logo type and the word mark solo, right?
Yeah.
So like those are together. And then we have some fun little like taglines to go through. I'm gonna see, which one do you like here? We've got charge into life, drive happy, drive ampy, built to go, price to go, small car, big energy.
I just think drive ampy.
Drive ampy.
Like just get rid of just tell people what to do. I
Okay.
want you to drive ampy, and then you can make ampy like a vibe. Like
Okay.
what does ampy mean to you?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Now, what would you do? Would you repeat ampy again? So would you like do like, let's say drive ampy? Would you do it right underneath that like that? Or would you put drive on top of the...
What if you just said drive?
On top of ampy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, perfect. Let's do
know?
that. All right, cool. So let's do this, and we'll do drive.
And we had a couple names for some cars in the chat.
What do we got?
We've got a really interesting spelling from Sean.
Okay.
They say Evie, but it's spelled Y-V-I-E.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
So it's like Evie, it's
I kind of dig that.
that's pretty interesting.
That's really neat.
Also, maybe like they said that the P looks like a plug. So,
Oh, that's
that could
really a
be
cool idea.
Pretty cool. Just calling like this is the plug.
Okay. Yep.
I think that's pretty
Socket.
neat. Socket. Ooh, okay,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I think I like that one a lot, man.
We've got our socket
Right?
line. We've got our bop it line.
We're in trouble, man.
Socket, bop it,
If we're not starting this brand one day, we're doing this all wrong, Chris.
you get the money.
There
you do
we
the
go.
fundraising.
Let's see. I'm gonna try. No, let's try lowercase. Let's see how this looks. Try. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
That's kind of cool. And then just to kind of, so it's not too important. Maybe it goes to that color.
Yeah, yeah.
You kind of like that.
Mm-hmm. I do.
Let's
like
see.
that a
Is
lot.
there a better spot for it? What do you think?
Well, I feel like
Here?
if you put it over on the right, it probably gets lost.
Yes.
You know.
Then it's ampy drive.
Yeah, you're
little
like
bit
this.
wrong.
This is you want people to see to drive ampy.
Sure. So what do you think? Is that looking good?
I think that's looking pretty nice, man.
Okay, and then maybe just a tad bit there.
Yeah.
That looks cool. So that's our one with the tagline,
Yeah.
right? So we have this guy here. I'm gonna redupe this one, and this one will be without the tagline.
Redupe. Look at you.
Redupe. Is that a word?
I like it. I like it.
There we go.
Less syllables, the better.
Right? Yeah.
Save the syllables.
You know what's funny too? Don't you love when you find a word for a brand that's like really short, right? It's 4 letters.
Yeah.
And you can't think of any other brand that kind of technically owns that word. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Right?
It's nice to have your own
Yeah.
ownable thing. And that's when you're naming with clients.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of naming?
Oh, I love that. That is one of my favorite things. And it's like, you know when it's the right one to present. And a lot of times I used to present maybe 20 or so words or names.
That's a lot.
But you're just giving them, I think, like a lot of fluff along with maybe 2 really good ones. So now I've just learned to like narrow it down and really sell the one that you and do a lot of research. Make sure it doesn't exist anywhere else in their industry, whatever it might be, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that. What do you think for a pattern? So we've got a few things to mess with. I kind of zeroed this guy out on his own, and I just thought this could be like, one thing I was thinking about is like when you do something like this and you kind of like, I was thinking of almost like things that are kind of in space, or I don't know, it was like trying to think of something cool where it's like, is it more of a like a little, it feels like a sector? I don't know.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
What do you think?
What if you make a lot of, like, put them back 90 degrees.
Okay.
And you make them all like normal,
Yeah.
right? And there's like a bunch of them.
Okay.
And then the one is ampy, is the light blue or
Oh.
teal, and it's doing something totally different. And you're saying drive ampy because we're doing something different than everyone else.
So
like
you're
those
saying,
are
yeah.
representing like cars going up.
Yeah. Are you saying doing something like, oh, that kind of looks fun?
Yeah.
And then maybe one in there is blue?
Yeah,
Is the light blue?
well, it could be like above everyone or veering
Okay.
off to the right, and
Yeah.
it's actually not even a pattern. It's almost like an ad.
Oh,
you
okay.
know? But like this
Yeah.
is a great pattern already.
Yeah.
We're already cooking.
There you
know?
go. So I like this idea where they're not touching there.
Yeah.
And so that looks pretty cool. So we've got that to kind of mess with here. There's so many different ways. Do you use Pattern Builder at all?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would work for this one. Let's try this out. I'm just going to try this here. We'll go to Pattern and Make and see if it does something unique cool. All right. So, okay. So that, it actually creates a cool little,
Actually, that's pretty dope.
like almost feels like a little cell, like,
Yeah,
right?
I
So
think
that's
they-
one
yeah.
we can mess with. So I'm going to just even do new pattern, and let's just do save a copy, and we'll call this pattern 1. Perfect. Okay. And that's showing up right there as well. Now let's move around here and see what happens if we just mess things up a little bit here by calling. Oh, wow.
Ooh-wee.
Got a little mid-century vibe
Let's
there.
get it,
right?
Jetsons.
I like
Yes.
pattern.
Little
Let's
did
see.
you know that driving ampy means you're driving a flying car.
Right, I know. We didn't tell you yet,
Yeah.
but exactly
Just
that.
wait till
right?
you see the images.
And this is great. We're just kind of messing around with the actual presets, which really do come up with a few unique ones there as well. That's even cool. That's almost got more of like a diamond shape in there as well.
Yeah.
So again, new pattern. Love that idea. We'll hit save on there as well. Good to go. All right, awesome. So there's some good stuff there as well.
Yeah.
All right.
It's feeling really nice.
I like that. So let's make some artboards, and we'll bring some of this stuff into our Adobe Express. So I'm just going to take these guys, copy. I might even just do a new one, and we'll do one small board here like that. Okay. So paste. There's everything. So here's what I do. I've
So
seen many
just so
people
you
do
know,
this.
you're
Yeah.
working in CMYK here. You
Yeah.
were working in RGB.
Oh, let's go find out. There we go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, I noticed when you pasted your colors, they're a little bit less.
Yes.
Like if you go back to your artboard,
Let's go back here.
you see
Copy.
it's got a little bit.
There they are.
Yeah, you see?
Yes, the punch.
Yeah, the punch.
So the CMYK instantly dulls them down a little bit,
yeah,
right?
which is
Yeah.
normal. And if you're working in print,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fine. But I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure in case you didn't know.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Look at that. Chris always looking out. All right, so I'm going to just take all of these, and I'm just going to group them. If they're single, you can be all right. Take this one here, group it, and then this one here. Do the same thing. That's all by itself. And then with the artboard, you can literally just click right on these, and it gives you that great little artboard.
Fantastic.
Perfect size for that. And then you can take this one and just delete it. So there's kind of all of our little fun little assets. The other thing I love to do at this point is I'll do all of these like this, and then with Option, slide them over. And then on these, I'm just going to do an all white version. So you know you're going to need like just a knockout of maybe a picture or something. So I'll just select all, and I'll hit white. So we're good to go as well. So there they are. You got all of them ready to go. We can name artboards. That will probably take a good few minutes, but we really don't need to.
Well, you know you can name them all at once.
Oh, show me the magic.
Okay, well, go to your artboards
Yes.
and select them.
Okay.
Well, like you know how you just had it.
Like this or no? Or you might this one here, like this.
Yeah, so do that, and then if you go to your properties panel.
Okay. Let's see, why aren't these clicking? Are they clicking? Yeah, we got it. Oh, no, we missed
So open your properties. You're working on a different workspace than me, so let's see if it works.
Let's see.
And then you should be able to, once you select them.
There we go. Okay, properties.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah, see if you can find that properties panel.
There we go. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this one.
And
Okay,
so you
gotcha.
see where it says name on the top. Go up.
Yeah.
All right, down.
Oh, yes, here.
Yes, right there.
Okay.
Now just type Ampy
Ampy. Okay.
and hit enter.
Perfect.
All of them are now Ampy 1,
Ah,
whatever.
beautiful idea.
So you can just select
Okay.
the ones that's like Ampy and then like white or Ampy logo, and then it'll say 1, 2, 3, 4.
There
whatever.
you go. Love that idea.
You know, so
Dude,
it's a
that's
good way
great.
to like get it quicker to where you need to
That's
get to.
perfect. Look at that. All right, so let's go over to our libraries now. And basically, we've got an Ampy one ready to go here as well. So there's so many different ways you can do it. I've done this like export for screens. So the best thing about this is I can just do a nice set of PNG at 300 DPI, right? And we'll go over here. We'll do it in the Ampy folder. I'll hit choose. And basically what this will do is it'll give me a nice little folder with all of these exported at 300 DPI PNGs. So the white backgrounds all taken out, transparent, and those white ones will be super easy to use. So that's one way you could do it. Now I have everything here. Boom.
Love that.
All my little artboards ready to go in there as well. So the other thing I can do is you can just kind of basically go here, and what you can do is just kind of like option click, and you can go add to library. And it's gonna go right over here into graphics, over here on the right, and there's all those ready to go. So as you just do these, you can do add to library for all of these. Is there a quicker way? Probably. If you can you select all?
You can
and
select
add?
select all of them and then hit the. Well, no, that might be for the assets
see.
panel actually. Not
Add to library.
Yeah.
There's 6.
Well, did it?
Oh, it only gave me 1.
Yeah, I think it all. I think
Oh.
if you're exporting them as assets into the asset panel as you were doing export for screens,
Yeah.
then it would do all of them.
Gotcha.
But I think
That's right.
this is actually quicker because for me, I do the crazy thing of trying to drag them into the library, and then it's just a
Yep.
nightmare trying to get it over there. So
There
this
you go.
is great. Yeah.
All right, cool. So they're all there, ready to go. We have this Ampy thing as well. We can do the colors. I didn't do those as well. Let's get those going. Where's the, we can go here. All right, cool. And let's see here. We'll grab these guys independently. Come on now. Where are we going?
So we're working with a fictitious brand. Is this something that you do often to keep, like if you're working with the same client a lot?
Yeah.
And maybe you need a little bit of a creative spunk. Is this something that you might do sometimes just to get you out of like a creative funk while you're working?
Always, right?
Okay.
I think that's just the, changing things up every once in a while. If you're caught in one of those like, oh man, it's just not working out, or I'm like at one of those things where no good ideas are coming, I think even just a good break to something else, get your mind thinking of another thing for a second, maybe work on that secondary font, finding that thing, or working on the pattern. To me, that's almost like you're taking something you already have and you're just trying to find a solution with it. Then you can go back to that thing where you're really struggling. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Just give your brain like a heat check. It's like,
Exactly.
Okay, let me just get out of the funk a little bit, get something that has no pressure to it.
Exactly, right? So let's see, if we bring these over here, will we get them individually? Oh, we get them like that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So we'll just do this here, and I'm gonna put these guys in here each individually. There we go. Is that working or not? Let's see. Nope.
And Jeff was asking about the A being different than the other letters. And I'll say this, I think it's sometimes better just to worry less about something looking totally exactly the same and making sure that it's legible and just readable. And
I know.
So, even though
too much character.
Like if this A was too funky, and you start letting it open for interpretation of what it even is saying.
And consider the industry you're in. Most car company badges, meaning something that's going to be the badge on the hood or something, are so simple and not overly complicated.
Yeah.
The thing I like about this one is it does feel like an emblem. It does feel like a badge, and we'll have some fun with kind of like messing with that on some of the images as well. But I love that idea. It kind of works, which is really, really neat, man. So good stuff there as well. I think, let's see, we can go to, I was trying to think of, what else do we need here? We got everything here, fill color. That's that. Okay, cool. So we'll do these as well. And then let's see. So we have our name for the car. Which one did we like? Was it Sprocket?
We had a few. We had EV that was kind of
yeah.
spelled funky, and then we had Plug, Sprocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else got some names
Nice.
that we can
All right, cool.
look at?
And the other thing I wanted to show you was we've got, let's see, I think we have, okay, I've got them ready to go. Cool. So we have everything ready. Should we head on over and see what we're going to do on Express?
Yeah,
here
let's
as
try-
well.
let's get
All
in
right.
there.
So perfect. Now we're here, and the best way to kind of bridge everything through there is wherever you want to use. You can go to your stuff and go right to libraries, and you can see I love keeping a really good kind of like all my clients, any current work, it's all there.
Yeah.
And when I click here, which is great, you have this ready to go. So it has everything ready to go. We got all our colors, we got all our assets for there as well, which is a great way to do it as well. So I can add this and basically turn it into a template, a font, all these things. So anything else I need to add in there, we can bring in as well. But for now, it's just a really cool little library to use as well.
Yeah.
We can also go into brands and create a new one as well. So like I said, we had that export. So we'll go Ampy and we'll hit create. And this is a great way to do it as well. So you've got all this stuff ready to go.
Nice.
I can go to logos, upload my logos, and we'll go right back to Ampy here on the desktop. And to that 300, I can select all these here and open them. So now all the logos are going in there nice and
Okay,
easily, which
look
is
at that.
great. So I think both are pretty cool. I don't know, do you have any preference? Have you used mostly brands or the idea of libraries?
I mostly use libraries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't. That's the brands is one that I need to get
Yeah.
more into. We do a little bit of social
Cool.
content, which
Yeah.
is what Express really sings a
Yeah.
lot of ways. So
Cool.
But libraries is like the king for me.
Yes. Now look at what it did here, which is a really cool little thing. Without even having to do it, it's like, hey, we have identified these 3 colors being
Fantastic.
used.
Let's
so
do it.
let's make the Ampy color palette, and we're ready to go. So now when I go to colors, they're right there as well. All right. You can bring in fonts, we can bring in assets and stuff. So I do have some assets here. So here's where you can now upload anything that was maybe photography or whatever. So we'll go here, and here's my little car. So check this little guy out.
It does look like a little.
Isn't that
Ampy.
great?
Yeah.
Pretty sick. So, and even got a little lifestyle image as well.
Wow, look at that.
So Firefly to the rescue here, which is really cool.
Shout out
So,
Firefly.
Have them all there, and look at this. Now we're uploading all those. And I did take one and make it a transparent one. You can see the one right there in the middle. This one's gonna be able to be just used anywhere we want, have some fun with it, which will be really, really cool, okay? So we got all that. Templates, this could be where you wanna create maybe a social media post for a client, and you can actually lock a few things, which is great. So the templates meaning they can go in and do some quick revises of stuff we're gonna make today, and it should be kind of fun and mess well, so. And then for fonts, I believe we had, I'm just gonna see what we got here. I used, what do we got here? Proxima Nova Extended. That's a great one. I
Yeah.
always love that as well.
It's a classic.
So here, we can do here. Proxima Nova.
And what's going on, Steve? Yeah, how do we make this happen where we're in the same room? A lot of magic, sleight of hand.
Yes. Yeah.
Who knows if we're even here? We haven't officially,
No. I know. We're in green
Yeah,
screens.
we can't really cross over. Like, once I get to here, I'm not really,
Hilarious, dude. There we go. So we've got our header added in with the exact font that we're using. We got our colors. We've got the logos, everything fun. We've got our assets. So now we can just start making some fun little posts and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go right back up here. We'll hit plus. So let's start with a square. Always the best thing to kind of mess with as well. Here we go. And we can go now, we can go into either brands.
Well, Instagram's got the portrait thing now.
Which one?
They have the portrait. That's their base now. It's not just the square. It's
Oh.
it's the portrait style. I know, you got to change.
Guys.
Times are changing.
No,
my friend.
I'm sticking to.
Oh, you're rebelling.
How could they change it after all these years? Come on. The square is the ultimate way to build, because you know it's going to work on all platforms.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's the go-to. And now everyone wants 16 by 9 too. So it's kind of like, yeah. but the square is just so clean and simple.
It is.
Look at me, I'm sticking old school.
Look
I know.
at you
I know.
rebelling against the system.
Okay, so now when you're in the workplace here, notice how cool this is. When I go to brands and I'm in Ampy, I do have everything I need. I have the overview, which has everything here at one glance, but then I can look and see all these fun little things. So immediately I can go right here, click on this guy, and now we have this image ready to go, which is kind of cool. And I just love kind of messing around and kind of changing stuff as well. So we'll go over here and let's just bring in a square of some kind of sort so we can go design here. And a lot of times too, it's just like kind of ask what you want. Go for a square. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You'll get it. And you actually get some really cool stuff. So even like little things like this, look at how that kind of matches kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it's got a vibe right
Right?
there. Yeah, you can totally do something cool with that.
So this could be fun to kind of like maybe even mess with the headline. And what I like about this is, to me, sometimes this is a freer playground to mess around with my first few designs. Like when I'm in Illustrator, I feel like I'm a little bit more like structured and regiment. This feels a little bit more like, you're just playing.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
all your assets, right? It's everything you need.
Right.
So I'm gonna go back to our brands. We know we need to bring one of these in. So I'm gonna use your one there with the Drive Ampy. Love that idea. Looks
Yeah.
cool as well. This could be something maybe more up here. Maybe we're like using it for something we want to emphasize something, if it's safety or whatever. This could be something cool where you're like, do you want to like talk about the adaptive headlights or something cool. This could be like our little highlight box or something really neat as well, okay? So we've got this ready to go. And then let's go back to, I have a few things here as far as like some cool little copy. So this is all for Gen Z, blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
fast,
okay,
accessible.
there we go.
Love having everything on hand. Like I don't want the fact of like having to think of copy while I'm designing kind of get in the way, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go back here, go to text, and you basically can just add your text block. I'm gonna do select all, paste, and it's obviously gonna look kind of
Crazy.
wild and crazy.
Yeah.
But the way, if you have used Illustrator, if you've used even InDesign, you're gonna feel so at home by just going like, when you click this, here's your scalability, right?
Right.
But the minute you wanna change the width,
Fantastic.
it works great. It's so simple to kind of mess with and find the right little spot. You don't wanna have any like little widows. You can gotta go, look, that looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Looks
and you've
really
got your
cool.
align tools that are building it as you're moving it around.
Exactly, right? And yeah,
It's letting you know, hey, this is a line, left a line.
look at that. It's like totally knows where you are.
Well, that one's a little bit different, the square, because
that's,
it's
see, it's got the outline.
yeah, because it's got
There
a
you
little bit of
go.
the neon,
Yeah,
so you gotta
exactly.
adjust for that if you
Right?
do it.
Cool. So let's grab a headline. What else do we got here? I've got a few things here. Meet Ampy. Oh, so let's say young, smart, and on the move. We'll do this in our new font that we have, and then we got to finalize that name for the car itself. So
Yeah.
get this here. Come on now. And now we'll go to our type. So if we go here or go to brand, I'm sorry, and then
And
we'll
while-
go to fonts. There
And
we
while
go.
you're doing that, Nick,
Yeah.
give us your thoughts. We have a question.
Oh,
They'd
go for
love
it.
to hear your thoughts on the typography of the logo. So you had a few different options
Yes.
before.
Yeah.
And you opted to go with this one.
Yes.
So why did you choose to do this instead of some of the other ones? What was the vibe
Ooh.
of this one that made you decide?
Let's go back and take a look at them,
You
right?
know, was it client? Was it you? Like, how do you make those decisions in your career? as well,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so I think you and I were talking maybe about this yesterday. Let's go back to the Illustrator board
You
and
can
take
show
a
it
look
a little
at-
bit and show a little bit of the process of the decision.
So when I had these ready to go, typically what I would probably do is build these out because I like the feel of each one, and then I build out to the point of like what we liked here for each one of those fonts. But these days, I'm like narrowing it down to one, maybe two that I'm showing the client.
Okay.
I think our job is to give them focused and really strong options only. I found that it was like to kind of match the price I was charging, I felt like I needed to show them more stuff. And I don't think that's right. I think that would just confuse them, that these have very different feels when you think about it. Friendly, adaptable, clean, like energetic, youthful, friendly. It has it all. Maybe this one would have been a little bit too weird and it's all caps. This one could have been too hard and a little bit too, I don't know, not so approachable.
Yeah.
But to me, I ask all the questions and I go back to the creative brief, which we had here. And if you look at some of these important names when we have brand personality, we have playful, optimistic, tech forward, confident, friendly. Think Apple meets Lego. with a splash of outdoor festival energy.
Okay, yeah.
So if that's what I've talked to and communicated with my client, that's the only one I want to show. Why? I don't think sometimes there are more than one thing that you would, because then they're going to do the Frankenstein thing, and they're going to be like, I love the shape of this one and the color of this one and then the font of that one. I don't even want that to be in the conversation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I've talked to a few designers that have been bold enough to do the whole one option presentation, and I'm telling you, it works. It really does.
Yeah.
It shows confidence. It shows that you really are driving. No pun intended.
Right. That's
you know?
funny.
So here we go. So we've got I think this works good. This has got a really nice kind of energy. It's italic, which is really cool. And then we could put like maybe on the move here like that. And the spacing is great. You just literally hang over here. You can do your letter spacing.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
And your line spacing nice and quick. In fact, like some of these things I almost feel like will come to Illustrator because
They're very intuitive.
Right?
It's
They're
like just moving little modules
Exactly,
around.
exactly. So I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger scale so we have some more room. So here's our, let's see, there's our layout. Perfect, ready to go. Looks good. And then we've got this. The nice thing too is you can literally, with your type kind of selected, you can go right over here to, you got all these different text flows and unique things to have. If you want, you can go to effects. Nice thing too is you can do a quick pop with drop shadows and things like that.
That's good.
Right? Love that idea. So let's make this a little bit smaller and a little bit here. And then, we have a little bit extra space there. So let's find a good, there you go. All right, cool.
Yeah, you got a long eco-consciousness there.
Oh, there it is. That's a big word. There we go.
You sure that they can pronounce it? They can read
Let's
it?
hope. I know, right? Cool. So mess around with it. This is where you can have a lot of fun and see how your ad's looking as well. If you want, I think maybe it looks better like down here, which is kind of cool. So you've got a few things to start with, and I love this idea of working in one file because all you can do now is you can literally, page actions are really great. I can make a quick duplicate of it, move it over, and now this could be my next one. So maybe here, when this is selected, okay, so I love this idea here. When you have this here, I can literally go and say like, you know what, this is a linked image, but let's go back to our brand and see some of the other ones we had. So we have this one with the hatch open, so I'll bring that here. And this is great. Maybe the second one is just a little bit different. You get this one here. Go back to this guy. I love the layers because like literally I didn't even have to see it.
Yeah, you don't have to like click and then deselect. You can just see the layer,
It's so nice. I just love having this idea. And if you need to close it, if it's in the way, if you have too many, you can kind of like scroll down and see whatever.
Yeah.
But let's try to get something here. Maybe it's a little bit more, let's go here, get that here. Now move it behind everything.
Yeah.
So you're ready to go. So, all right, headline for versatility and the hatchback. What do you think? Give me some copywriting masterpiece here.
For the hatchback.
For the headline, what do we got? Like open sesame?
Open sesame, that's fun, yeah. Just open. Just say open.
Yeah. That grand opening?
Oh, grand opening.
That's a good one. All right, cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Perfect.
Or every day's a grand opening.
Working with the pro here, guys. I love it.
For your groceries, of course.
Yeah. All right. So maybe we could do in a smaller version. So every day is. We'll go like this. Okay, here.
I love that the license plate also says Ampy on it.
I know.
That's pretty great.
I know.
Very European, though. You know.
There we go. Every day is a grand opening. I'm gonna make this a little bigger so we can see what we're doing. That looks cool.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, cool. So this is so much fun to kind of just build and do whatever. If you want to as well, let's say we've got everything, you got a bunch of little elements here. You can see we got headline, subhead, body copy, the picture, and the actual logo. Yeah. So move on over to animation. And what's cool is you could do an animate all, which is really kind of fun. So if I hit popping, this is kind of fun. Let's say you just need a quick kind of like spin on this and you want to add a little bit of some animation to it. You can literally, with animate all, it will look at all those different things and it'll give you this.
Fantastic.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Right? Move it a little bit more if you want it to go a little bit more. And there you go. So that could be cool if you're adding audio, whatever you want to do. You can add a voiceover on this as well. There's so many fun little ways to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo these guys. We'll get it back to this. And if you want, you can just do it manually.
Yeah.
With one thing selected, I can basically have this wobble in. Oh,
Oh,
look at this thing.
That's wobbling.
That is great.
That's wobbling.
That's a new one. Now, what's neat is when you choose something, what I find is like if you have something that looks like that, like I've never seen this wobble show up. That might have been new for photos or whatever. But a lot of these times too, you have flicker, you have just fade, you have these drift ones that kind of come in.
Yeah,
that's
very
kind of neat,
subtle,
right?
yeah.
I love the way that works. So when you get in here and you do these like kind of like individually, which is cool. What's neat is once this is here, so let's say you've got this, we'll go back to our image here. You can see here, I can move this timeline anywhere I want. So I want the drift to be here. I want it to end right about there, right? Now when I click on this guy, this can come in a little bit later than him.
Right.
So you just kind of have that like that. And now let's go with Ampy. That could be the same thing. Let's make this one kind of like slide in. And again, I can make him a little bit more delayed, right? And see those dots?
Yeah.
Those tell you where the previous ones are, so you're not guessing on where to put them.
Yeah, it's just like it's a mini version
Isn't
of
that
like
great?
Premiere Pro, kind of, you know?
There you go. So look at that. It's doing them all in different things.
Yeah.
And then I've obviously didn't do the out on those, but I just love this idea to do it. But the animate all is one of those quick ways to just go like, man, I just need something quick to like show off to a client.
Yeah.
If you're doing something really fun and you just want to show them that, I love that idea. It's really, really cool. So again,
Now we have another question
Yes.
in the chat, and so I'm curious if you can answer about fonts and how you
Yes.
choose your fonts, where you find them.
Yeah.
Do you mix your personal? Do you use Adobe? And then how, when you're handing off to the client, how do you manage that?
Yeah, so I'd say I start with the Adobe font library because I think I'm sure you're the same, I find it so easy to have it across platforms and to be able to kind of use, and it's always there. If I pick up my laptop and I'm not in my office, the fonts are there. It
Right.
works great.
Yeah.
I do that with all my students as well. There are a lot of like specific foundries that I really do like, and I'm always checking them out for something. And I think as well, don't you think you have those go-to ones sometimes?
Yeah.
You know, and I want to expand on that, and I think that's the beauty of having the Adobe font stuff. Is it's so easy to kind of look for the new one and see, oh, there's something really great. Just like we did with Ampy, it was a good starting point, but we took it to like a whole other level, which
Yeah.
I really like. And then when it's kind of said and done, what I typically do is I have that in my contract that the client knows once we're at a sign-off, I make sure they purchase the fonts under their name. So it's a license that everybody is happy with and we have no problems. I want to set them up for, success. I don't want them to have any issues with that as
Yeah,
well.
down the line, because if they don't purchase the license, or if you don't purchase it in their name and then give them the documentation,
Exactly.
you can get a lot of
So
flack
true.
down the line.
So true.
And we're all creatives.
Yeah.
We should support each other.
Exactly.
Don't steal the fonts.
Yeah.
If you use an Adobe font and then you give it to them for an ad, you should outline it.
Exactly.
So that way it's not live.
Yeah.
And then if they want to edit the text, then you need to buy the license
Yeah.
from that appropriate
That's
foundry.
it. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Always.
pretty simple.
These are designers who did some amazing work, and you want to make sure you're doing it right.
We want to get paid for
Right.
our work.
Exactly.
Let's make sure they get paid.
I know. All right, so last thing I want to show you here before I think we got enough time to do this. I want to do a fun little animated version of the logo. And gosh, I think motion right now is the big thing that if you don't have it in your portfolio or your website, here's the fastest and simplest way to just add some fun stuff to it as well. So what I'm gonna do is, this is a neat little way. If you're just doing quick little projects, you don't have to build the libraries or the brands. You can just cut and copy or copy paste right into Express from Illustrator. So some of the stuff is, we want this one. This is the one that's got most of the
Got the
elements,
page,
right?
yeah.
It's got everything ready to go. So I'm just gonna hit that, copy, we'll go over here, brand new artboard here, and I'm just gonna hit paste, and we have that ready to go. Look at
Ready
that.
to go.
Right? So size it to where you want. We'll go back to Illustrator as well.
Tammy says hello from Tony's Pizza.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's up,
going on,
Tammy?
Tammy?
Oh my gosh.
We have recovered from the pizza.
She's probably having it for breakfast
Yes,
right now.
are you eating the pizza for breakfast right now? You should be. If you're not,
Oh my gosh, that pizza last night
super good.
was so good.
And then
Wow.
Stephanie wants to know what format do you save the social media graphic in so it's animated in Facebook or Instagram afterwards?
Oh yeah, let's do. Oh, that's a great point.
So before we move
do
real
that.
quick, just want to
Yeah,
show.
here it is.
them.
Okay, so you can go right here to download. The first thing it's going to do. Oh, this probably has no animation. So we'll do a quick animate all.
Yeah, just do an animate all.
There we
or
go.
whatever, So we just have
Look at
something.
this. Let's do sunrise and see what happens.
Oh, we're about to.
Great
the
question.
sun is rising for the
Ooh.
grand opening.
Yes, look at that. There it is.
Yes.
So now you got your motion. You can see here how many seconds it is. It's 5 seconds. Go to download and notice now it all changes because now it knows it's a video. So you have a few different file formats. If you just need the best image, you got your PNG, you got your JPEG, you got a PDF, which is awesome too. Most people want that just for approval. But here you go. You got your MP4, best for video, audio, and animations, which is fantastic.
Yep.
So you just click on that and you can go even to, look at this, all the way to 4K, which is so good to have. And it takes maybe 10 seconds to download, which is not too bad. This is a new feature too. I don't know if you've used the print and deliver. So if you have something really cool and it works great on maybe a card or a t-shirt, whatever, you can go right over here and print and basically turn it into a t-shirt, turn it into a tote bag, a card. You got all this really cool stuff that Adobe's partnered with Zazzle. So there you go. There's some fun stuff to mess with as well, okay?
Just dropping dimes this morning. It's too early for this many dimes.
Too many.
Too many dimes this morning,
I love it. So here you go. You got all your pages ready to go.
Yeah, so let's go back to what you're going
All right, so we brought Ampy in as well. There we go. And then we still need Drive. So let's go back to Illustrator. We'll get this one. Copy.
Now that's a live text. Is it gonna copy over?
What do you think it's going to do?
I'm betting yes.
Yes.
Now is it editable?
No.
Okay.
So
that was gonna be crazy if it was.
Now if we did a text block and we just did it in one of our fonts,
and then we'd
have it no problem, right?
Because then it's just copying text.
So there we go. I love that you get all these little versions to be like, yep, you are in line. No, you are not in line. Look at that. Like that's just fantastic. Having these little things is great. Yeah. So I'm actually looking there. I can see it a little bit better. I'm gonna see
give it a
little bit more oomph. There we go. All right, cool. Now, how does this animate? Now you can do 3 separate things with 3 separate kind of actions. So we'll go to animation here. So we can do an in, a loop, and an out. So a lot of times what I'll do on this one is maybe just the in. Like how do these arrive? How do these come in? So you can hover over. I like the little wobble.
Oh my goodness.
That's great. Flicker, it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Bungee, neat. That's cool, a little slow. Now you can control all that, which is kind of cool.
You can edit it out.
Oh, I like, what do you think of that spin?
It's kind of like a wheel.
Look at that.
I like the wheel coming in. Yeah.
Okay, love that. So that's the first one. Then I think, should Drive come in first or Ampy come in first?
You're trying to say Drive Ampy, so it should be Drive first.
Okay,
yeah.
So maybe, let's see, if we do that. Now notice that came in pretty quickly, watch. Okay, so with Drive selected, click on there, and here you can change the duration. So now I can make this 1.175. It comes in a little bit slower.
There we go.
Look at this. You even have personality, which is great. It's like strong, energetic.
I love when my fonts have personalities.
Exactly. Come on. Or your animation does too, right?
Yeah.
And you have all your directional things, which is fantastic. So I like where that comes. So last but not least, we've got our Ampy. Let's see, what can we do here? We've got maybe, rise, the tumble. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
Pop. What do you like?
Well, let's see how these first 2 are moving first.
Yes.
Like, let's see what.
Let's try that one. All right, here it is from the very beginning. Whoops. Come on now. What happened?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think let's just hit. Maybe did
it miss out on everything?
Did you have a timeline?
Let's see. Edit timeline. There it is. Okay.
I see. Well, now hit the play. Oh, it was at the end.
There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Let's look at that again.
Pretty nice.
We'll make it a little bit bigger so y'all can see it. There we go. Watch. Super clean.
Nice.
What do you think? Like, I think sometimes the more subtle, the better.
It's a little flashy.
Yeah. You think that's flashy? Or do
I think maybe the Ampy could be a little less amped. It feels very amped.
Oh, it's too much.
Okay, let's say it one more time. Let's look at it one more time.
Okay. All right, hold on. So you're like you think it's too energetic. I kind of like it.
It's growing on me.
It's good.
I think
there
it's
you
nice.
go. All right,
I
cool.
think it's
All right,
we're in a good spot.
Let's try this one more time. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so the Drive goes and it comes back. Did you notice that?
Oh, let's see. Is that was part of its personality? I think.
Yeah. Like, see it go, then it comes back a little bit.
Goes a little bit in reverse.
Yeah.
Do we like that?
I mean, cars go in reverse, right?
Yes, that's true.
It's just letting the customer know that their car can go forwards and backwards.
Yeah. There you go.
Now we don't have to say it.
Yeah.
They just need to look at the animation.
So there we go. We can download it as an MP4. It's a great little thing to use. If you use, other software that are a little bit more advanced than obviously Express is in here, you've got an MP4 to incorporate it into any other motion that you're doing, which is fantastic as well. So we've got that as well. The neat thing too is I love this idea that we've got everything in one kind of thing. So we have our first ad, we have our second ad, and we also have this guy as well. So you've got all these really cool things that you can mess with, and it's just so fun to have all these other ones. Why don't we make, what do we got? A few more minutes. Let's do one more. Just hit this. You can. This is great. So even if you want to do a custom size or something cool, let's see what we got here. Why don't we do let's do a 1600 by 900.
And then if you were to duplicate, do you duplicate from the other one?
Yes, correct. So if you want to duplicate, I just hover right over this little three
and you hit
dots,
duplicate.
and that'll give you the exact
For
same
anyone that
one.
might have missed that
Yeah.
earlier, that's how you
Yes,
duplicate.
Exactly. So now we're here. Now we want to do this could be like a billboard or something kind of fun.
Ooh, a billboard,
right?
nice.
So we'll go back to our brand.
Let's
we'll
make a
look and see.
billboard.
I think we have a really fun one with the people. Let's see how these look. Come on, you gotta have your
Faces do well in billboards. People like to see faces.
Exactly. With the little guy there, we have him in the background. Let's go back and see, is there a good one that we have? Oh, we have this nice little beach one. This is great. Now, let's say I'm doing this here, and I do want to crop it. I want to get it like right here. All you do, double click, and you get these nice little kind of sliders.
Look at that.
Move these around. You're cropping it as you need it. Go back here.
And as a live crop, you can go back and recrop it afterwards.
Exactly. Look at that.
Fantastic.
This is great. We've already started something kind of cool, right? Go back to our text and add text. Oh, look at that. And even I love that it saves it in our previous one.
It knew
right?
we wanted that.
So we'll go back here. Let's get another headline. Is there anything kind of cool? Built to move fast, design, production, and launch. Oh, this is for my next one. But I like this. Charging a category with personality.
Let's say charge of personality.
Charge your personality.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, cool. Let's go back. Dude. Love it. Look at this. We're making a billboard in Express, guys.
Done.
Now, what do we need? We need our brand. We'll go and do maybe just the simple one.
Yeah, we probably, because Drive is not going to be seen at that small
right.
or that far away.
Look at that. Dig.
Done.
Look at that.
Easy.
We're having a blast, dude.
Yeah.
What else can we do here? Like, let's see. Just to show you how fast things are. If this does turn into like a presentation or whatever.
Did you show what the logo looks like on a dark background yet?
Ooh, smart idea. Let's do that. So let's go. We'll go back to this one and we'll duplicate. Cool. And let's get our color. Here. Look at that. Perfect. Yeah. Now we can go to our white logo. So we'll go right back to logos and find the one. Let's do this one.
Okay.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, see, it's always good to see it in a different look and feel.
Yeah, you
just
can almost, yeah, you're almost making your style guide here. So let's just duplicate that really quick. This is the stuff that I feel like you can go right to background color, right? Go to your swatches.
Yeah.
Boom.
Done.
Now you can see it here, which is fantastic. So I love this idea of being able to have multiple things in one file. It saves it all. The other thing to always remember too is like a lot of times I just leave my Express ones blank at the top.
It's good because then when you export it's like Express 05.
I know.
.9.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll put in Ampy session 1. That's great. So when you see it in your stuff down below, it's good to go as well. And again here, I mean, if you need to, we can get in just some really fun stuff. Oh, now, wait, now that is crazy. It's manipulating.
It knew every single thing.
Wow. That is so cool. Now let's take a look. We got speed, we got spring, and squish. Look at this.
What?
Oh my
Okay, so
gosh.
was this one that you copied and pasted, or was this one from the library?
This is from the library. So it's manipulating.
I feel like I just watched
let's go.
Slinky.
Let's do speed. Oh, there we go. Speed. Look at how. It's like, hey guys, there's my new logo.
Yeah.
I love it. So
welcome.
There we go.
That's nuts.
Wow. Okay, look at that. It's got like a little bit.
I like the back end of that, where
right?
it, like
just kind of had a
little
little
bit.
bit
Only had
of
the back end, or just didn't. The M's got a little wiggle to it.
Oh, that is so great. So there you go, guys. You've got all these fun little features to mess with. I love these. Just having these little ones. These could be fun little things that are added in social media as well.
Yeah.
Having the idea of doing that with animation and all these good ones. And again, go into these things because these do change once you're in there. Like, did you see that? That was kind of neat. Flash.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. Grayscale. Shutter.
So we've got like 2 minutes left.
All right.
What do you, well, maybe just a minute.
Yes. All right.
Let's just do a quick recap for folks.
Perfect.
Before
Let's
we
go
bounce,
back. Oh,
because
there we
you've
go.
covered a lot today.
There we go. All right. We've made our brand. We have everything here. Loved everything that we did. We still haven't messed around with our pattern. We're going to do that in section 2. We made the color palette, and we actually made this with one click over here in the palette thing, actually building our swatches, which is awesome. So you got all those ready to go and mess with. And then we went right into Express, and we made a ton of stuff. So we made this.
Yeah.
And look at this. You can just review. This is something great you can mess around with, and we got all this fun stuff to play with. Can't wait for part 2 later on, man.
Yeah. So we'll be doing a part 2 to close out today. Nick will be joining back in the hot seats.
There's our schedule.
Look at the schedule. So coming up next, I will be joining Jess doing some vector to video stuff, and then we'll come back. Jess will be coming in, and she'll be doing a ton of really great stuff going from Illustrator to Express as well. And then, like I said, Nick will be coming back. So
exciting,
thanks
man.
for everything this morning, man. You killed it.
Finally
as usual,
did it. I
man.
know, dude. Thank you, bro.
Gosh,
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
That was
Thank y'all
awesome.
for joining. We got more coming up.
See ya.
We're gonna be doing a sneaker brand, defining the word mark, creating the icon, getting some shoe mock-ups. What I got is just a couple different types. What I will do is use the filter tool. Let's see, I wanna have something maybe a bit bolder, you know, maybe a little bit wider, because this might approach.
For sure.
And this feels a little bit like it could have some weight. So if we use my option key and sort of track that out a bit, or I might bring it really in and like
tighten up that.
yeah, tighten it up
curve,
even more. So I'm gonna drag that. Let's go ahead and outline this one, and so I can keep this live. So what I'm trying to do here is trying to make this sort of feel like the same angle.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that this has that parallel effect.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go ahead and like commit. So like, let's just go in here, select these specific ones, and I'm using the direct select tool, which is up here, and just kind of give them a little bit more. And these two are a little bit overdone. When you're doing a logo, you really don't want to just type it out in the font and say, here you go.
Right,
You know,
right.
you want to give it a little bit of love, a little bit of TLC. Now this is starting to feel more custom, like it's feeling a little bit like intentional, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and commit to that. So I'm gonna shape those all together. And so now we want to create an icon. All right, so we're going to get these out of here in the most basic way. And then let's just get rid of it there. We're gonna roll with this as sort of an icon. And what I wanna do is create and mimic this and kind of emphasize those two worlds kind of coming together. We're gonna make that, and then we're gonna send it back. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create sort of two different paths here. Let's just do like a light blue and maybe like a purple, like lower down this stroke a bit. We're gonna go over to Object, Blend, and we're gonna go to Blend Options. Let's do like 13. And then I'm gonna go back over here and Object, Blend, Make. Cool. And that's kind of like a wave, you know, like a synth wave a bit. A tip, whenever you're making sort of like a white logo, the way contrast works with your eyes, you're gonna see black on white. You're gonna define edges a bit easier than a white logo on a darker background. It's gonna appear bigger and thicker.
Yeah,
like see how that thinner that looks? Right, just because your eyes don't adjust as well.
Makes sense.
And so you add a little bit of a stroke to it. That feels more similar. You don't want to do that for like every color in your palette. What you want to do is you just do it on black. So if you want to align something to an object in Illustrator, instead of like having to move an object, like if I do this, it's gonna move it according to the artboard, but you can just double click the thing that you want it to align to, and then it'll align to that object. And so again, we'll get that stroke, and then we'll bring it down to what we feel is pretty accurate. And so what I do is now I come in, expand that.
Nice.
And so I come in, merge that, take out the white, and then I paste it. So now I've got the white.
Wow, that's subtle, but that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
I've never known that.
I'm gonna go back to Adobe Stock, And then let's get something like a texture that we can put on like a panel of a sneaker. We've got a little sneaker here that I found on Adobe stock. We're gonna select both of these here.
We're looking for
mockup beta.
Yep.
And then we're gonna do create mockup. So it's gonna assess the both images, so you can see how like this is already masking to the shoe.
That's cold.
I'm alt dragging this so I can do it on both sides of the panel here.
Nice.
Let's get this one. All right, so we're just gonna do this here. We're going to object select.
Okay.
We're gonna just select this shoe and we're gonna copy, get rid of that, and then we're gonna paste it back in.
Nice.
And so wanna kinda do that, and let's bring in this pattern. Do some red. So I'm gonna get the sneaker that we just did, and I'm gonna bring it in the same way I did this one. Copy, paste it, gone. So now I've got that in there.
I can see that.
All right, and then we're gonna go back, go get our logo, put that in here.
Yeah.
And so now we've got a cool custom poster.
That's fire.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Good morning, San Francisco. Welcome back to Adobe Live. I'm Jess Goldsmith, and here's Chris Porter. And Chris, what are you going to be doing today?
We're going to be doing some vector to video graphics. We're basically going to be taking some assets that I have for two different sort of projects. We're going to build out some brand kit stuff for them, and then we're going to bring them into Express and do some animation stuff.
I'm really excited to see, you know, what you're doing. I'm new to you and your work.
Yeah.
We just met for the first time today, so I'm really excited to see like what your work is all about.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I'm familiar with all the stuff you're doing. I've been seeing you on the
thank
streams
you.
and stuff. You're a beast, so this is cool to be
Thank
next
you.
to Adobe Live royalty.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've got two
What?
royalties that I've been sitting. I got Nick and I mean, this is like
Well, you know, you got a crown on your hat, so
yes.
you-
It's a fake, you know. It's a
Wait,
fake crown.
no, it's not. No,
This is my
no.
company, Baby Grand. So this
amazing.
Is, yeah,
Okay,
so this-
cool.
we gotta rep ourselves. If you don't rep you, no one will. So,
King.
Yeah. But yes, this is the Illustrator file we're gonna be working in today. So what I'm gonna be doing, I have one of my side hustles is board games. So I make board games, and I recently did a
That's so fun.
yeah, it's super fun.
That's really fun.
And
Okay.
I've got a board game content channel as well called The Nerdy Soul, where I
Oh
do
my
shoes and board game
God.
reviews.
Oh my God, that's really cool. I'm not even
Thanks.
kidding.
Yeah, and so this is my logo. This is my little
Sick.
logo kit. And so what we're gonna be doing today are two different things. I wanna show y'all an example of how I use Adobe Illustrator, brought some files in to create my intro for my video that I just did for my Kickstarter.
very cool.
For my actual board game, which is what this set is here. And I'll show y'all a little bit of that first. And then what we're gonna do is
I want to know all about these board games.
yeah, I'll show
Okay,
you.
forget everything else. Stream over. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, we're just gonna go play some board games. But yeah, we're gonna animate. This is my board game logo. It's called Holiday Hills, and I want to animate this logo in Express to show you how to
Cool.
quickly do a little animation with it, so I can use it during the future.
Nice.
So really, really simple stuff. But just for some context, let me pull this over. So this is my board game called Holiday Hills. This was just recent Kickstarter, and so this is what it looks
Is it
like.
good?
It's great. It's great. It's super fun. And
so cool.
this is a rendering that I actually designed in Dimension. So taking assets from
Nice.
Illustrator and
Okay.
then building them into Dimension. I don't know if I play music.
Funded in 50 minutes. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I'm
We-
sorry, I'm so off track with this. I'm just like,
No.
I'm so excited for you.
No, it's totally fine. And this was super. This is like my big passion project. And basically, if you see some of this art, like you see that you can play a video. So
Right.
most people, when they come to a Kickstarter, they want to watch the video about a game.
Yeah, they want to see what they're.
what they might be
kickstarting.
wanted buying.
Yeah.
And so things are expensive, right? Like we're all creatives. So I've played artists, I've played video, but sometimes you got to do things on the fly. You got to do it yourself. And
course.
Adobe Express is really great for that. So I brought in a bunch of assets from my board game art
Okay.
into Express and did this animation for the video game, or for the board game. So this is like all my assets
That's great.
animating in with the characters that are illustrated. And so there's a voiceover going on this, and you can easily do this in
An Express, yeah.
Express.
You can do like one-click animation for like everything, or you can individualize it. I
Right.
love it.
And so all these dots are different animation points for everything.
Nice.
And so just showing you a little bit of simple application. So we're not going to totally redo all this, but just wanted to show you that you can use it directly for client stuff. But what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on this and then animating. So let's just animate this first logo first. And so one thing you can do is we've got the logo already kind of built out. This one in particular, if I bring it off, you can see that it's got a white background.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just have one where I have the mountains and everything.
Okay, so like like a full illustration.
Yeah, like a
of
full
it.
illustration. So I've already kind of got those assets in. So I'm just gonna do a new thing and kind of go from there.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and this is a
Nice.
very simple basic template that you can
Okay.
use, and we'll visit that for the other side of things.
Amazing. Cool.
Yeah, but let's just go back in here, and I've got some different ones. So what do you think? Should I try to animate just this word mark, or kind of like the frame one?
I
maybe
like the
should?
frame one. I mean, I don't even know if we have the time, but if you wanted to animate each individual letter.
Oh, we can totally do that, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You feel comfortable in the hour?
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah.
I'm putting you to work. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna try to upload this into the library here. I'm gonna make a new folder. I like to be very organized, so I'm gonna do Holiday Hills first, and then I'm just going to drag this in there, and that's just gonna go directly in. Now you can I want to try this new thing as well, where you just actually upload a document directly
Yeah.
into Express.
And
So
then
I'm-
it's layered as well, which is
right.
great.
And I think because we want to animate each individual letter, I think that might work
yeah.
a little better. Although, is it going to take every one of those things?
It might, but then you can just group them together.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that you can do is ungroup it here, and then each letter upload that, not upload that, drag that to your library, and then it'll exist. It's
okay.
a little bit extra work on the front end, but I feel like
Worth it?
it's worth it. I think that's a lot easier than having to like group everything within Express afterwards.
Right. Okay. So let's just do we'll kind of give different ones,
Yeah.
right? So let's do the background, the frame. Let's get just the top
Yeah.
portion. Let's get the bottom letters here, and let's zoom in a bit and just select everything here.
Yeah. Maybe you can even do holiday without the wreath, and then the wreath separately, so holiday comes in and then
Oh,
wreath.
yeah. So
And
we'll
then
bring
the
in
candy canes.
those, and so we'll get holiday itself, take out the wreath, go there, get just the wreath,
Yeah.
bring that in. And it's good just to have all these, because now
Yeah.
when we go to animate.
Oh, you're missing the L in holiday.
Oh.
It didn't.
Oh yeah,
fill out.
it didn't get it. All right, so easy to just delete that out of your library. Super simple. And I love libraries. That's kind of
Yeah.
that's where I sit a lot of the time.
Me too. One of my favorite reasons for using Express over anything else is because it integrates immediately with my libraries.
Yeah.
If I update the asset within Illustrator, it'll update the asset in the Express library. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how libraries work across the board with like all of your
Right.
Adobe products, but it's cool that it works like that with Express too.
Yeah. So we're just going to start a new file, and then we're going to come over here, and we can do this cool upload thing. So we could go and upload
Yeah.
a direct file into it, but I want to try this other idea that Nick and I were just doing, where we just copy and paste it as well.
That too, that you
that's
can
a
copy
newer-
and paste is
yeah.
like I think there's a video floating around
Look at
somewhere
that.
of me finding out that you can copy and paste on Adobe Live, and I think I was like, ah! I started screaming. I was so excited.
I didn't know
I
that it
was
was
like, "No
happening.
way!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do this. We'll copy both of these as well. We'll paste that in. And then I'm not going to size them yet because I want them to all be scaled appropriately.
Yeah. I make that mistake almost every single time. I'm
Like
like,
you
oh, too
rescale
big.
before?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then it's
yeah.
not, then it doesn't match up.
Great. So we'll do that. And then let's just get the frame.
I like how I can tell like you made a custom brush for that. That's
Yeah.
great. Love it.
Yeah, it makes it way easier.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to edit things because, okay, I don't need to expand it again. It's done.
Have you ever tried it with text where like if you want to arch something or put it on a wave, instead of typing it on the path, you turn the text into a brush
Oh.
and then you can move it around a little more.
No,
Yeah.
I have not done that.
It's cool. It's just
Okay.
a different technique, but I find that you have more flexibility.
Yeah, no, that's smart. See, I knew y'all just dropping dimes this morning.
That's
You
what we're
and
here
Nick,
for.
Giving the people what they need, what they want.
Needed that.
Yeah, needed that.
Yeah,
It's you. I saw you
exactly.
listening. Okay. And so this is really great because it's already scaled appropriately, and so I can come in here and just get that done.
Awesome.
Easy peasy. Okay, and so we're gonna go into all of this, and I need a good background. I could do a background color. I
Right.
could go into a theme.
Well, you have those mountains. Why don't you make the mountains that background?
Right,
Right.
yeah.
That feels.
So I go into my stuff, go into libraries. I've got all this stuff in here, and so I go into the Holiday Hills game, and this is my actual library. So you're gonna see crazy organization. You can see all the
You're
different
so
assets.
organized.
Super organized.
Me too.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're very organized. Don't you got it. And so I've got the mountains layered here.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm going to just bring that in, and then let's just scale this up. And I love that I can just scale. I don't have to hold shift or anything. I just can do it. And then let's get it kind of. I want it to be.
Those are vector textures, correct?
Yeah.
I
And
love that.
it's flattened it enough to where I can just do that. And then
Yeah.
I need to layer it. I just drag it down.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything crazy. Okay, so I go back into my stuff, come back down, and I need to have the snow in there as well. So let me just get the snow, and then let's, oh, I did that wrong on that one particularly.
It happens.
Yeah. And then we'll just scale
Yeah.
this up appropriately, Great. And then again, we'll want to bring this.
Just drag it down.
Drag it down. All right, and then this one I actually want to do like a background color, and let's just do a custom one. And I don't know if I have my libraries as well in here where I can come in, and I've got all my custom colors.
Yeah.
So I know I want that one. Let me just copy that and then come back in here. We're gonna paste it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Gorgeous.
Done. Great. And so now we've got this already built. I kind of want to bring some characters in here as well. I kind of want to flank the logo with some people. I don't want to just be kind of standing there. So, I mean, what better to flank it with than with Santa Claus? Let's bring in Santa Claus in here.
Oh my God. I know him.
You know him.
Oh my God, I know him.
I know him. There you go. And so let's put Santa behind, and then let's see if I do a shift. No, probably not. But I'm going to just drag, copy those, and then kind of bring this over to the side a bit.
Okay, cool.
Because I want to put.
Yeah, you want to see Santa.
You want to see Santa. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of Christmas.
Right.
Seeing Santa Claus. Okay, so I like that position right now. And I might want to put some text down there later to say
Yeah.
what if it's coming this Christmas or something, So let's do some animation real quick. Let's just animate the back of this here. So
The snow.
yeah, and so I don't know. Do we want to do right into animation just yet, or should
Well,
we?
So
Add
this
some
is
more
like
things.
this is going to be part of like a video intro.
Right, so this will be sort of a video intro into more of the game and anything like
Okay.
that. And so we kind of probably want to put some text, so maybe we wanted to do that. So I can come in here and just add some text maybe.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have your standard old templatized text, but maybe we want to make it. We got to get some custom stuff in here. Oh, that's kind of funky. All right, so
That's funky. I can tell, obviously, the lettering that you did here is custom. It's not a font.
Right.
Is there a font, and we're just playing around here, so it doesn't have to match, but is there a font that you use with the branding for Holiday Hills, or everything's custom lettered?
I do have a brand that is for Holiday Hills. It's not an Adobe, stock brand,
Right.
or Adobe font brand, but I do really love what what they're putting down.
Well, Chutzpah is on Adobe fonts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also love them. Are you using Redondo Hills or Beverly? Because those two are my favorite.
I love Beverly. I'm a big Santa Ana fan.
Yeah.
So, but Redondo, I don't know. I haven't heard
unless
of it.
unless I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Redondo, is this it here? Redonda? Redondo
No,
Ave?
Redondo Ave.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love that script. Yeah.
It's like it has like a vintage feel to it.
Yeah. So we can just say
This Christmas.
Then we do that. Well, let's do eyedropper. Let me find the red that I want it to be. There we go. Really easy. We'll scale this up and then select it. Boom, right there. And then I can do a little alt and let's see if we can do something maybe to give it a little bit of a shadow.
Yeah. Well, there's the shadow options.
Okay, we can do the shadow options.
But you also don't have to, and that's the beauty of design, people.
Yeah, and the shadow options are new. They weren't all there from the beginning, right? Were the shadow options there? Because you could do shadow on some things, but not on everything.
Yeah, I mean, so I only started using Express once it was more like mainstream. I wasn't an early adopter, unfortunately. So I only came in from shadow effects forward.
Okay, there you go. Nice. Well, let's not do any shadows for this one particular.
Okay.
We'll keep the background for now. And then let's do a little bit of animation. Let's do a...
Dynamic animations are so funny.
Oh, I know.
I don't think it would work for what we're doing right now,
that
but
would be
some of them
crazy.
are really funny.
I kind of want to see what the wobble would happen for this. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fun.
It's kind of crazy, right?
There's the wind one for loop, I think. And I was making something for like wacky waving inflatable arm tube men thing. And it was
that would be
perfect for
great.
that. It was
Yeah,
just
they're
going
just
all
like
over the
waving all
place.
around. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Okay, so let's do the mountains first because those are gonna sort of be coming in, and then we will do the snow. So we'll do the mountains and we'll just have them coming in and probably do a rise for them.
That makes sense, yeah.
And then we'll do a rise and we'll kind of make them rise faster.
Yeah.
And then
I like it.
Boom. I think
Francisco says, in wobble we trust.
In wobble we trust. Wobble is crazy. It's wild.
Yeah.
And then let's do another maybe. Should we have these right? Or maybe we can have that. We'll have that slide in.
I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. But
well, what do you think?
Because,
do you think we should have it come rise as well?
Yeah, I'm thinking about and this is me being very literal.
Yeah.
The way when snow falls, it's falling, but then it rises up.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sweet. I like that. So we'll have this rise too, and we'll give it a little bit of a speed bump as well. Let's have it come a little bit quicker. Okay. Nice. And so that's feeling pretty nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'll have this come in, and we want this to probably come in a little bit later. So we don't want it to come in right. Yeah, I feel like that's probably right. And maybe we have this scale.
Ooh, yeah, that's cool.
So we have that scale, and then we'll make it, I think that's pretty good. We might want to make it a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Because we want it to appear and then get there fast, right? And so we'll have that scale. Well, then let's go into our letters here. And so we want to make sure that is appearing around the same time.
Like a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
After.
A little bit after.
I only just figured out and learned about
the timeline?
The timeline on Express. Like, I was seeing people doing it. I'm like, how are you guys? But I think, that's a relatively newer.
Yeah, and I'm very familiar from Premiere Pro. I come over from video editing and stuff. So seeing the timeline to me is very comfortable. So it's like, okay, cool. I can see when this is appearing. And then I want this to, right when this is kind of ending,
for holiday to come in.
Yeah, you want that to start going too. Yeah. And this, we might do a little pop for this because this is the boom. We want it there.
It's here. Holiday.
Yeah, the holiday is here. So
Jack Watson sent a wobbly line emoji. Jack, it didn't disappear. I see it. So don't you worry.
Don't fret.
Yeah, don't fret.
We see it happening. All right, so we'll have that kind of appearing around the same time, maybe a little bit after, not too much. And I love how specific you can get in Express with something that is so literal. Like you can see it. It's very like approachable.
It's very approachable. I don't do anything video, or I hadn't done anything video. Like I've opened Premiere Pro like maybe once or twice, and then immediately just like got it off my laptop. I'm like, I can't do this.
Get it out of here.
This is too much for me. Also, I would like to note that we're doing all of this on a MacBook Air.
Yeah.
That's crazy. In a good way.
Yeah, yeah. And this is an M1. This was M1 MacBook Air. So this has been around for a minute. You know, you get the newer one, you're speeding through this even better.
Yeah.
So it's really great. It's all very, very easy to make, you know. And so I think that's about right when we want the candy canes to come in. And so maybe we want these to,
oh, that's cute.
you know, they can grow. Oh, I like
that too. I wouldn't have thought to keep them together. I would have like separated them and animated them separately, but like this obviously makes so much more sense.
Yeah, and so we want, right when that is sort of ending, we'll want to have these to start coming because that timing is, and we want to speed those up a little bit too because everything's a little faster here.
Yeah. Well, like also you can change the personality.
Right.
Yeah.
When we were looking at that earlier, like we might want these to be a bit more smooth, you know, or energetic.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like energetic is good. You should be
like,
excited.
Yeah, you should be excited. There's a lot of Christmas energy, Christmas spirit going on here.
There we go. I like that. Okay, so we've got a really good base, so we'll just kind of see what we've done in just a few minutes here. Boom, Holiday Hills there. And so we'll want Santa to come in around the same time as all this because you don't want everything to just be like boom, boom. You want it all to be a good flow. And so let's have Santa come in probably around here. I think that's about when we want Santa to start appearing. And maybe we scale him down just a tad. And maybe align him there. Great. And let's give him a nice little personality. We could have him slide. I kind of like the slide.
Yeah.
You know? And then we'll give him we'll see, energetic. Because he's kind of bouncing. Yeah, he's like, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know?
You can also do start outside of the page. That's
Right.
also new. And I was like, ugh, I love that because for a while you weren't able to. And like, it just wasn't giving the vibe that I wanted.
Yeah, and one thing that's different between working in Express and then working in like Premiere Pro is that if you, or even in
you have like keyframe of like
you got to do the keyframe. You got to go put them where you want and then put them where you want them to be later.
Right.
Here it's like just start outside the frame,
Yeah.
get them in there, and we're good to go. We're rocking and rolling, right? So boom, Santa comes in, great. And then at this point, we'll want this Christmas to appear as well. So we'll come into here, we'll go in a little bit of an animation for this, and maybe we have that
I
bungee.
like bungee, yeah.
Yeah, and so here we
Bungee's
go.
cute.
We've got our animation.
That's
Done.
so good. And so fast.
Yeah, and
Like,
we're good to go.
yeah.
And this is now a good animation that I can use for a real product, you know, for a video. You can use it in Instagram ad, something like that, right?
And you can add like your own sound effects and stuff like that also.
Yeah. And so it's really, really great. And you've got all that built right in. So if you want to add some sound, we can go in and add some sound and everything.
Nice.
So I always put underscores underneath on my files. I don't like there to be like empty spaces. I get like
Like I
weirded
said, you're very organized. I'm just
you just go with it.
some of mine is just whatever. I don't name all my
Yeah.
files.
We're gonna name this Holiday Hills Express 1, and that's gonna be it for that. And so I feel like we got a good animation for that and feeling good about it. So let's go back over to here and let's start working on some nerdy soul stuff.
Woo.
And so this is another font that I use called Bobby Sands. It's one that I really like, and I want to be able to bring these directly into the library as well. So I'm gonna make another folder. We can call this Nerdy Soul. And what I wanna do is, so these are all different layered
Right, of course.
as well. So what I really would like to have is for us to create a brand palette with this as well. And so we'll just kind of go in here, and you can do this directly into Express as well, but I just like to have it here with
Yeah,
me.
I mean, you're probably going to want it either way.
Right.
Yeah.
You want to have it both sides. So
you got
just
the
quick,
purples.
little purples in there, and then we've got the white, obviously. And that's good enough for me right now. You know, and I'm so OCD, we got to make sure that these things are all aligned.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Great. And then just get a little artboard just for the sake of having it there. All right, so I'm gonna ungroup this so that I would have this guy separate. I have those separate. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I already know what you're gonna do with this, and it's gonna look amazing.
Just do a little animation of it popping in. Yeah.
And you can have the words spinning.
Spinning there.
So cool.
Exactly. And so again, because we have this cool feature in the library, I'm just gonna drag each one of these in. And I actually want to get rid of this circle because I don't want there to be like a random white space in it. And so we'll bring that in, and I'll move this one over a bit, bring him into there. Great. And then let's just add some color, add these fill colors in.
Wonderful.
How often do you use libraries versus the brand kit?
So I actually just use I don't really use brand kit. But I also will say, like, I'm not a brand designer. So it's, for me, it doesn't make much of a difference. With Express, I'm using stuff to kind of like promote things on like my page, on my business, things like that. But if somebody was a brand designer, I'd imagine that is like super easy. You do like the one click add brand, and then it just brings it changes like all of the fonts, the colors, the assets, and things like that. But yeah, I don't really use brand kits, but there's definitely a use case for it across the board.
Yeah, and so my career, like, I started out as not doing any design. Like, I'm a self-taught designer. Did you Okay, that's awesome. There we go.
Hell yeah.
What were your ways to help yourself to learn design?
Well, Adobe Live wasn't a thing then.
Right,
So it was like YouTube and Skillshare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and for me, it was just recreating the Volkswagen logo like 100 times. That's how I learned Illustrator.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's just fun to be able to easily learn this on the fly, like doing all those free trials, like a different free trial when I have no money. And now it's like every dollar is worth it because you get all the different apps, you get all the integrations, you get everything. And so whatever accessible point you have, you can reach. You know?
I agree, especially Express. Also, Fresco is free. In case y'all didn't know.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Fresco's free.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, sue me. Kidding, don't.
Don't, please. We'll cut that.
Cut
from the stream. Cut from the stream.
Chat, I would love to know, one, are you guys self-taught? Cool if you are, cool if you aren't. But I also want to know, like, A, have you used Express? And B, do you, like, what apps do you use? What's your favorite app?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Adobe app?
There we
Someone's
go.
gonna be like, Candy Crush. Like,
my favorite
that's
app
not what I meant.
is a little game. Yeah. No, yeah, and I love the Adobe app suite that you're able to get with all this, you know. And I'm basically recreating this logo in Express, which I could just bring it in, but then I want to make sure all this animates correctly.
Jack Watson said Fresco is free. Whew!
Thank you. We're good to go.
Saved by Jack.
Yeah, saved by Jack. Hashtag saved by Jack. You know, great. And so we want to make sure that this little logo guy is going to animate really great, you know. And so that was so easy to recreate that, and it's going to make it really even better when I need to animate it in. And so what I want is to create just a little title card for when I have the content channel. It's like, okay, here we go, and this is going to go in. And so let's just do a little bit of a background color, and let's do I'll just use my swatch here. Use my swatches and purple. Love the purple. And how about, okay, let's just animate it first, and then I'll figure out if I want to do something more. You know, I'm actually thinking about this now. How about we make just some straight up elements.
Okay.
Some shapes.
I'm here for it.
We do this sort of all sliding in, like
in
different.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So like even the background sliding in.
Right.
Cool.
Instead of it being a background color, like it's these different color backgrounds like coming in almost. Yeah, exactly. You see. Yeah. And so
I'm here for the sound effects.
I am a goofy dude, so you know, the more sound effects, the better.
Yeah.
Give me all the sound effects. Okay, so we'll do the purple, and then let's do a copy paste and get that in here. Cool. And let's do what's the next color? Maybe we'll do the light. Okay.
I mean, like, you have a video background, so it makes sense that you would have this thought process, but I would not even consider this. Like, this is not something that would even come into my brain to consider to do, because it's so far from the scope of what I create.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, this is the cool part about all this, right? It's like let me just go ahead
You can take your skills from other apps and bring them in here.
Yeah.
Bree says that they're self-taught, still learning. Started on my iPhone with Photoshop Express and now Adobe Express. I use them all daily. That is so cool that you're learning from your phone.
Yeah.
There's also Photoshop and Illustrator Web, FYI. I have no idea if those are free or not. Jack, if you can check that out and let us know before I make any claims, that would be amazing.
Yeah, no, be careful with your claims. You're like, everything. You're just making claims right now.
No, I when I said Fresco was free, which it is, I felt very confident in it because I remember somebody telling me a while ago Fresco is free, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
No, I'm glad that we were able to see the in-depth of everything.
Francisco, which I suspect is Paco, says PR and LR for life. LYFE.
Okay. All right. Premiere and Lightroom.
Yeah.
All right. Look at you using those simple things. I'm a Dimension boy now. DN. I love Adobe Dimension.
I would love to talk about that.
We can talk about it right now.
We can? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
what's your Dimension? Give me some.
Well,
takes.
no, I don't do Dimension, or like I haven't really used it. Wait, Dimension is the one where you're building
in like 3D.
Yeah, so I've actually been using Project Neo a lot.
Oh yeah, I haven't got into Neo a ton yet. So
my
give me
gosh.
some dirt. Give me some stuff.
Well, my next episode of Making Decisions, which is on Tuesdays,
Okay.
I'll be getting into Neo, so you should watch it, and you guys should watch it too.
Yeah.
You know that meme? It's like, and you guys should also know
you
this.
you should watch.
You should know this also. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I love the idea of Neo, but I just got Learn Dimension.
Yeah.
And so I think for Neo, it's really great for like client stuff. And for me, I need it to be very practical looking.
Okay, cool.
And Dimension allows me to get a bit more practical. But like if I'm doing a 3D illustration or something, Neo feels right up the alley for that.
Yeah. I feel like I'm still learning it because it's so new and it's still in beta.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's also free for now.
Still free for now.
Still
Exactly.
free. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig that. I like it. There we go. Okay, so let's just I'm trying to see if we can get this thing to work exactly the way I want it to for the animation, where it kind of all comes in together.
So cool.
Gonna do that, and then let's bring this. I'm actually gonna center this up here. We'll come in here. We'll center that, and then let's just give it the same sort of slide in.
Tam, yes, if these videos are only live or you can watch later. You can watch later.
Yeah.
Any Adobe Live live stream that you have ever seen and has ever existed, you can watch later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there for you.
It's there.
Yeah. All videos always accessible.
Yeah.
Okay. And so just for the sake of this here, let's go click this. I want this to start a little bit later maybe. And I want the purple to always be there.
That's cool.
Okay. So we have that kind of come in like that. I think that'll be pretty neat. And then we'll have it fade out.
Nice.
And so
so cool.
We'll do this. And then at this point, we'll have this one do an out. And maybe we have it drift out, or no, we'll have it slide and we'll end outside of the page.
Wow.
And let's see how this looks. So we'll come back on our timeline.
Okay.
Here.
Cool.
Yeah, and so that'll be cool when we do
Yeah.
that. So let's just animate the actual like little logo here too.
Yeah. Let's
All
do
right.
what we came here for.
Yeah, and so we want this to kind of come in and grow. I think that's going to be the cool thing, or it might even pop. I feel like the pop is a bit it expands too much, so we're just going to have it grow.
Can you edit the pop, like make it not
do the end part?
Or yeah, not. I mean, maybe I don't know if you can. I am curious though.
Well, let's see. I think if you can have the intensity of the pop, maybe.
Oh, because it's doing like that double.
Yeah, the double
okay.
intensity.
Yeah.
Which I actually don't mind that little bit of it. If it's strong, you could make it soft, and it's a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I think soft is loud. It's like boom, it stays. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think soft is where we want to be for that.
Okay, cool.
And then let's have this come in probably around here. So be there, great. And then obviously these other ones are going to be animating afterwards. After that, I'd like this one to come in. So we'll put that there. and our pop is happening there. We'll have
So like
this.
while it's in the middle of that.
While it's popping, we want it to do
Yeah.
a double pop.
Do you think in timelines? Like, is your like you visualize timelines?
I
in
think
your
in
brain?
music steps and timeline.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I think about beats,
Okay.
you know, and how.
Are you? I'm assuming you're in music as well.
Not at all.
Oh.
Not at all. Zero music talent.
Okay, cool.
But it just
Same.
is easy to like think about like boom, boom, boom when I
Okay.
want it to hit and when.
So you have some music talent. It's just being applied differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Of course. Always here to hype everyone up.
Yeah. And so cool, we've got this, and then boom, boom, it'll hop in right there. I'm really liking
This
that
is
flow.
inspiring me to do so much more with animation, like on Express, like
Yeah.
because I really don't utilize it as much as I can or should.
Yeah, I mean, animation in Express is really, really great. You know, it's so accessible, like I say, and this is just using things that are already built, drag into the library,
Yeah.
bring it in, animate a logo, and this is really great to build out client portfolios too. So
I like that.
for me, like that was, or it pitches, like
Yeah.
pitching
Oh,
for
that's
a
what
client.
I use it all the time for pitching.
Yeah. That's always the hardest thing for us is like being able to show our client how the logo lives and breathes. And so this is something that we're trying to bring in is we can do a little animation of the logo.
I mean, and then the client could just use the logo animation too. Like that can be something that you offer.
Yeah. And
To
it's
your
an
clients.
it's an add-on thing that you can offer. It's an
Yeah.
easy upsell. And it's really tangible because motion graphics are big right now, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we said about a little bit of a spin, which is it's a crazy spin.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can give it some other stuff. I think that's pretty interesting. Let's maybe, instead of it coming in, let's maybe have it come up like that,
Ooh.
you know, and then we'll make the personality a bit more smooth, soft. Okay, duration. No, we'll keep it pretty short. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll have it. Do we want it to fade? Yeah, I think fading is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Yeah, and so we'll have that come in. And so here we go. We'll maybe move this up a
Cool.
bit more. Great, we're gonna keep this speed, this pace. That pace is really important. So I'm gonna come here. Cool, that's looking really nice. So we're popping, we're spinning. We still might even want that spin to come in a little bit faster. So I'm gonna bring that here. And then what I like to do is use this and then bring it to where I want it to be rather than trying to.
Yeah, because it'll stop automatically.
Yeah.
Like it'll give you that hold up.
Yeah, and then here's about where I want the dice guy to come in.
Does he have a name?
No. What? Give me a name. Chat, y'all have a name for my dice guy?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me think.
Yeah, you give me a name for him.
Solomon.
I like that.
Solomon.
That's cool. There we
Yeah.
go. Who would have known I would have left here with a name for my little
Yeah.
guy. There we go. We could do a grow. I like the pop. I think the pop is good.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be a loud
Yeah.
personality
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Solomon,
he's loud.
He wants everybody to know what's up. He wants everybody to know that he's here and that he's here to party.
Yeah, he's here to party for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, so yeah, we've got our little title card animation, you know?
Amazing.
And then we would save this, we'd export it as MP4, and then boom.
Cool.
We'll be done. And then I would probably have this just fade out
Right.
really, really simply, you know, and it's really great in that sense.
Yeah, that's cool. Can we watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, and then we can fade it out too. So boom.
So cute.
You know, and then we can come in and we can have everything fade out. So let's do the out for that, and let's have.
You can do animate all,
Oh yeah.
and
We
then
should
the
do-
entire thing. I think you have the option to fade out.
Right. All right. So where's our animated all? So,
The giant right there.
oh yeah. There we go.
Oh, never mind.
Because I'm
Just kidding.
selecting this one though.
Yeah.
So either way, I'd probably want to animate everything individually, like
Okay,
just
cool.
because I want to have that extra little layer of control,
Yeah.
you know. And so we select this one. We'd have animate, we'd have out, and we'd have a slide out probably,
And like all of them. Just
and
go
then all of them kind of slide
Cool.
out, and then I'd have the text, come in with like the name of whatever it is
Okay,
for the
cool.
video.
Well, you can also edit your videos in here.
Yeah, you can upload your MP4s directly in, and
Yeah.
then you're good to go.
I
Right.
like that.
Yeah, so we'll have that animate out. Let's see if that ticked. I don't know if it ticked or not. Nope, don't think it's saved there. So let's do
Speaking
a
of,
speed test.
It is really great with the beats. Speaking of like client decks and sharing things with clients, there's also self-record in here now. So basically, if you have like this animated logo, but you want to explain your thought process behind it, because I mean, I'm sure you know sometimes like showing it isn't enough and speaking on it is enough. You need both.
Yeah.
So you can self-record, and then it'll just like, you can resize it to just be like a small thing of you talking on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. And that's great, especially if you're taking like virtual meetings with clients and stuff. You'll want to have like something that you can maybe walk them through. You know? And so it's good to be able to walk through a client deck, you know, with someone instead of having to totally...
I had this was like a last minute meeting, so I didn't have time to prep for it, but I had a meeting with a client where I was like, okay, you know what, let's just hop on a quick call so I can explain all of this to you. And the truth is, if I would have done that, like this self-record and explain my concept from the beginning, I would have saved everybody a lot more time. So lesson learned.
There you go.
But now we know.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on from
and
it.
it's everything's a learning process. You know, you got to be able to adapt and move, and you learn new skills and new traits. So I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
I think you're sitting pretty with that.
Thanks.
All right, so we'll do another little shrink here for this one, and then here we'll want this to all kind of leave around the same time, right? We want to leave that purple there for the text, and so we'll have this maybe rise out.
Ooh. Okay.
You know? And then we want it to be a little bit more strong, and then we want it to go pretty fast. And so let's see how this goes. Okay.
And it's gonna say the half screen?
Well, yeah, and then both of them will rise up.
Okay, cool.
And they'll kind of be. I could almost actually, instead of rising, let's have it slide, and we'll have them open up like a curtain.
Ooh, yeah, that's fun.
So have this go out. We'll have it slide out. There we go. And then at the same point, we'll want to have this one. We'll have it slide out as well, but from the different direction.
From the opposite way.
And I want to make sure that I copy my settings the same for this. So I'll go here. It's strong. It's at 0.5. That's great. And we'll come back here. Strong 0.5. It knew that. I think it knows what I want, you know?
Right.
And so then we'll have the text there.
Nice.
And yeah, and I'll come in. We'll come back to here. And for instance, this one, we might say like top 10 board games of 2025. Cool. All right. And I want to add a little bit of personality to this as well. I don't want it to just be.
If you have this font, like in your Adobe fonts, like uploaded, whatever, you could do it directly in Express.
Edit it in there, yeah.
But also, there are certain animations that only work for if you type it versus if you copy and paste the thing. Just a little.
There you go.
Bit of info in case anyone's wondering.
Yeah. No, it's good to have everything like built in, you know. But I really like, because I'm so ingrained in Illustrator, I want to make sure that I'm keeping kind of my brand.
I hear that
and
too.
that workflow, you know. And so we'll go in here, we'll do this, and we'll center align this all. And then maybe we'll actually make this sort of the big thing. We'll give it some kerning here, make this a bit more playful. And then for the 10, I'm actually just going to.
It'll be like its own.
Yeah, instead of it being all top, I think I'm actually going to just kind of make it its own like thing.
Like top 10 is like a almost like a series that you do. Maybe it is. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of top 10 videos that you'll do in this kind of series. So we'll do this. I kind of like that it's got a little layerness to it. And then we'll say top 10 board games, and then of 2025. We'll give this a left align. We'll give that a bit more there. And then
I like it.
You know, and it's got a little bit more of a vibe to it.
Yeah,
you know?
Has movement.
And then let's give it a little bit of a stroke maybe. And so I'm going to actually just duplicate this, and then we'll go right click, create outlines, and then let's give some of it a little bit of a purple, And because we're working on the purple, I want to make sure like that this is going to eventually be on the purple. Make it white, but I want to give it some stroke. And I'm going to do it in this dark.
Nice.
And I'm going to totally overdo this, and there's a reason why I'm going to do it that way. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to get rid of that stroke.
Okay.
I'm going to paste it, and then I'm going to send it to back.
Okay, wait, can you explain the reason you're doing that?
So,
because I've done this, but in a very different way.
So what I wanted to do was I wanted to have it sort of not just be on the outside. And so what I could do is I could come over to stroke and I could say, just be on the outside of it. But then every letter is being treated that way. I wanted to sort of be behind it. And so then I could offset path. But
That's what I was gonna say, offset.
Yeah, but if I do offset path, then every curvature of all of the points for the actual object, it's offsetting that instead of it just being a stroke. So offset path is expanding a path, while stroke is just it's just sort of on top of that.
Okay.
You know,
I usually do. I'll do the offset path, and then there will be like obviously a bunch of different shapes. I just like make it one shape and put it behind. It's. I was just curious of seeing like other people's workflows. It's really cool. Every time I'm here, every time I stream, and every time I host, I'm like, oh, I do the same thing, but I just do it different, and it's really cool to see that there's so many different ways to do the same thing, and like. None of them are necessarily wrong. It's just whatever works for your workflow best. Like, you know?
Yeah, it's all totally like...
And this looks great.
Whatever you want to do. And so I'm just going to drag this into my library right there. Boom, that'll upload. And then come back over here. I'll go to my stuff. And then eventually when that is done uploading, you know, it'll go in there.
Sometimes it takes a minute.
Yeah, sometimes it
Sometimes
takes a
I just
second.
refresh the page real quick.
Yeah, but I just saw it.
Oh, there you go.
And so here we go. And I love that it's so instant, you know, and boom. And so
just a time check, we have about 10 minutes.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing
You've gotten a lot done. I'm always rushing through mine.
Yeah, I know when I start rushing, I start making too many mistakes. I'm like, just chill out. We're going to have a good time here. You know, and so this is a really cool little splash for like, here's the topic for today, you know, and boom, we'll do a little bit. We could animate this in too. So we want this, we're going to be out around here. And so.
And you want it to start coming in before everything's like fully gone. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so right when all of this is gone here, right there.
Is when it's going to like start.
Is when I want that to start coming in.
Nice.
And so maybe we have this, we'll have this maybe drop, or we could spin, or we could pop it. Let's see.
Gosh. Chat, sorry if you hear my stomach making noises. I don't know if you hear it. I hear it, so I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Hey, look.
My stomach's
it's
grumbling.
Getting that lunchtime, getting that lunchtime vibe. Great, so we'll do a little bit of a grow maybe for this. Okay, boom.
I was be like, it looks so professional. Like, obviously it does. We're professionals.
Yeah, it's like, this looks pretty good.
Yeah, wow. It looks like somebody who knows what they're doing is doing
that thing that they know how to do the thing. Yeah. Oh, you did the thing, you know? And so we want to do a little bit of fade out for both this. We could do the purple, but I'll probably just do a wipe to the screen or just cut directly to the video.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, we'll just come here and edit this out. And I had it doing a pop out, but I might have it do a shrink.
Cool.
And so pop in. That's probably too short. You know, we'll extend it a little bit here. We'll see our full animation. Boom.
Nice.
And then we would go right into the video. And you don't need it to be that long because people need to get into it quickly.
Yeah, I mean, also when you click on a video, you have a general idea of like what you're going to be watching anyway, you know? But this just makes it look so nice and so professional.
Yeah. And one thing I love about this too is a lot of times you forget to save in Illustrator. Here, it's saved.
automatic.
It's done.
It's automatic. You can put the setting on Illustrator, but I don't know if anyone does that. I started exclusively saving in the cloud because you will have some automatic save, and I think you might be able to like put a setting on how often it saves, but I was forgetting to save all of the time, and I was losing all my work, and I'm like, this is bad. This is not good.
Yeah. Losing work is one of the,
yeah.
the worst
Oh
feelings.
my God. It was also a very long time ago. Like, I'm a professional now. I have my stuff together, whatever. But at the time, it wasn't good.
No.
Like that spinning wheel of death, and your life's
The
over.
spinning wheel is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so one thing I love about this timeline too is you can actually look at the bottom. You can see how long the duration is. You know, so if you need it to be a little bit shorter, you know, okay, we're at the 1 second mark,
Right.
2 second, boom, we've got that going in. We're
That's so
out,
cool.
and we're in it, in it to
Love
win
it.
it. Yeah, and so I love using Express to just create those little simple things. You can.
I mean, the thing is, like, you can make it so simple, and then what you created, I think, is more involved.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not that simple, but it's simply done.
Simply done.
Like, you know.
Yeah, and it's easy to access right into your Premiere profile for your full thing. And
Yeah.
if you need to edit your full video, and I believe you can just have a Express only. Can you have an Express only account? Do you know? Like if you
Jack?
yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
Jack, please help.
Yeah. But either way, you know, if you can only have an Express account.
I think you can. I think like you have to have an Adobe account. But
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have to
yeah.
like you don't have to pay to have an Adobe account
Right.
if you want the certain apps.
Mhm.
And
You can be
subscriptions
very
and- yeah.
selective in the apps and
Yeah.
everything, but I think the full cloud is great because you get InDesign, Illustrator. But if you don't need all that, you can get a lot of that
Yeah.
and everything.
Ryan wants to know if we went through the top 10. No, but do you? We have like 5 minutes left. Do you have like your top 10 in your brain that you want to
Ooh.
talk to people about?
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite board games are probably ones that have a lot of interaction.
Okay.
So
I'm not a big board game person.
Oh, really?
Not like I don't know. Like I just don't. But
There's a winemaking game called Viticulture.
What about a wine drinking game called Going to the Bar?
Going to the bar. Well, you can do both. You can do both. Yeah, there's a new game
so-
called Wine Cellar
yeah.
that a friend of mine just designed. It's really easy to play, and you're
Yeah.
like bidding on wine. So if you go get some,
That's
go to
so
the wine bar.
fun.
It takes like 5 minutes, and it's really simple. Called
so-
Wine Cellar.
Wine cellar.
Yeah, so everybody check that out from 25th Century Games. My friend Chad, they're all great people.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So Jack says, yes, you can have a free Adobe account and use Express.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also have a single app subscription to Express. Also, I think Express is free but limited. So if you have the free account,
Yeah.
it's limited, but you can still use it for free. And then if you pay for the premium, then you have like a ton more features.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And I want to show a quick example. Now that we've seen how to do animation, you would go in and you would download this file. And I'm actually going to play a little bit of the intro of my
Yay.
video. I don't think audio is going to play, but you can see that it's directly from what I did.
It's sick.
You know, and I add in little things, and then this voiceover is going on, and you go right into the
Oh my
playing of the video, right?
God. When is this coming out?
So this is coming out this Christmas. We're about to hit manufacturing.
Okay, maybe
and
I'll
then-
buy it and I'll play it with my husband and in-laws
There you go.
over the holidays.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Oh, we got www.25thcenturygames.com.
Yeah, that's where you can find that wine cellar game. It's great.
That's
Yeah, I think
cool.
they're starting to deliver and everything like that. But yeah, this is really great to be able to come into Express, show a little bit of how we can do some animation. We can outro all of these. And so again, if you wanted to save this, you just go and you download it. It saves into all your different files.
Yeah.
So I can have different brands. Like I said, I haven't created,
Yeah.
but if I wanted to create a new brand, I could come in here and, do this. And then it's going to create the new brand, and we can add our logos and everything from that. So I might want to say I want to add a logo. I can upload it directly. There's a lot of different cool things you can do in here.
Oh, yeah.
You can add color
That's super
palettes, everything. I think you can even share it with clients and stuff too. So
Yeah.
if you have a client and you want to invite them, or if you want to share with other people, like in
Yeah.
your team, you can share that just like a library.
Yeah.
So
So true. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan said, would love a stream one day of setting up a successful Kickstarter. It obviously takes a lot of work between promotion, walkthrough, descriptions, etc. So true.
yeah, I mean,
I'm like
love to,
afraid of Kickstarter. So like,
Yeah, I've done two
Yeah.
now at this point.
Yeah.
This one was our most successful. We got like 2,000 backers.
I saw it. I mean, like it's 50 minutes. It was good to go.
Yeah, it's good to go.
Amazing.
So would be super into sharing more about that process, about like business and And this is my third business I guess technically my fourth business to run. So I've run 4 different successful businesses as an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Nice.
So if
King.
anyone,
Royalty.
here
Told
we
you.
go. You gotta put it on yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been super fun to be able to do all this. I think that if anyone has any questions on more animation stuff, you just play around and then hit me up in social media or whatever.
Yeah,
Be happy
drop
to,
your Instagram handle.
Yeah,
so that
it's
people know.
Baby Grand is where it's BBYGRND. I'm CP23 spelled out. So hit me up and we'll be happy to.
C3PO.
C3PO, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, and so one thing too you can do in the libraries as well, if I wanted to, I could just drop this actual live font in.
Yeah.
And then if I needed to drag it out and like type in it later, you can do that.
Oh, you could do that in Express?
Not in Express.
Oh, in the library.
But in
yeah.
libraries, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I think that if you did set it up as a brand kit in Express,
Then you could. That's so cool.
You have that cool interconnectivity between things. And I love this as well, where you're able to have all this. This is our company logo.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to
Chris
add
Couch
that in,
Games, that's great.
you add that in,
Cool.
and you can animate that as well.
Amazing. Well, we got 2 minutes left. Incredible that you were able to finish all of your work within the hour. I probably won't be able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if we can do a little bit. I just
Yeah.
dropped my actual company logo in, so let's do a new file just really quickly
Yeah,
with this. Let's
we
do
got 2 minutes. We got 1 minute
Yeah.
to create an animation, and I think we could do it.
Yeah, so we'll go
And-
into the stuff,
yeah.
the libraries, and we'll come in here. We'll add this in, and then we'll go to animation, and we'll say animate all, and we'll do a glide.
So cool. While we're waiting, while
Because
we're
it's
waiting for that,
layered,
it was
yeah.
it was so quick.
Waterfall, pop, so you can do little cool things like if you want to have a company logo that you want to just show them very quickly.
Yeah.
You're
like, here you go.
Yeah, this is a quick way to show a client, like, oh, you want to see your logo animated real quick? Boom, it's done. It took 30 seconds.
It literally took 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was Chris's amazing workflow. I think I'm on next.
Yeah.
Are you hosting me?
I think
Nick
Nick,
is- oh,
or am
okay.
I? I don't know.
Nick is hosting
Yeah.
me next. I will be redesigning my newsletter landing page, like to sign up for my newsletter. It's currently very ugly, so I'm going to be redoing that in Illustrator and
Yeah.
Express. And stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching.
Yeah, appreciate all y'all being here. We'll be back with more Adobe Live.
Woo! See you soon.
See ya.
We're gonna do some custom typography on Adobe Illustrator. I manufactured this hair clip because I love it. I am going to be designing the pre-sale announcement, and I'm gonna be creating some custom type. So, okay, I have like collegiate type, and I'm just gonna write like pre-sale. I am going to create outline the text, and then go to effects. Go to arc. Then I'm gonna stack my warps. That's so much cooler now. I'm going to expand. So I have cutouts of the pencil. I think I want the background to be like a bright blue. I'm gonna give it like a little bit of like a 3D-ish effect.
Okay.
So I'm gonna duplicate it, and I'm just gonna start off with white with black stroke, and I'm gonna do the same for this. Maybe the inside of it is it like a green? I'm gonna duplicate it. There's gonna be a lot of duplication here. This, and then lower the opacity. We have this. So like now it's looking a little bit more 3D with the shadow.
Oh yeah. I'm feeling like yellow with the blue background might be a pretty good choice.
Yeah, okay. And I'm going to turn it into a compound path. Now I'm just gonna draw like a squiggly line. What I'm doing here is just layering the clipping masks.
Oh, that's nice. I like the gradient.
Yeah. I'm just trying to color halftone with this. Let's just see. Well, apparently I know what I'm doing because that looks great. I'm gonna do it like that, just so it's giving it like a slight texture. And I think I still do want to add a stripe. I'm actually going to try the zigzag tool. That's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
I like the taper on that.
I like to put stars and sparkles in literally everything that I do. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the star tool was just updated to be a live shape. So you can like go like this. Yeah, I'm just adding some stars to the bottom here. The blend tool.
Oh yeah,
Literally,
the blend
it's
tool.
one of my favorite tools ever.
Okay, so now we're starting to get this 3D effect going using the blend tool.
Beautiful. So this becomes pink. Okay, that looks sick. Okay, pencil hair claw. Give it a little bit of a distort. And I do the same thing that I did before.
This is just a shadow you put behind it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love using these to highlight text. I do that a lot in my work
Those are
also.
good call outs, yeah.
Yeah. When they say make it pop, this is what they mean. Bring everything into Express. You could just copy and paste. I should probably put my website on here like that. Perfect. Let me
Hey,
flip
there
that
we
one.
go.
Okay, animation.
That's fun.
And like, ooh, right?
Okay.
I want this kind of to just, I mean, when it comes in, can spin.
Oh
That
yes, the
spins,
spin
yeah.
is so good. I
like-
like the spin.
Let's do Bob, but like really slow and really low intensity. Now I'm gonna grab all of them. I'm gonna group them together. I'll bungee them all in. Whoa, okay, that's fun.
It's cool.
That is cool. We're
I
done
think
for
we're
today.
at time.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
thanks for coming.
We did it. So thanks again.
Awesome. Bye.
See ya.
Welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Nick Longo. I'm back, and I'm hosting this time with Jess Goldsmith. What's up?
Hey.
Welcome back.
So long time no see,
right?
everyone.
We're having a back-to-back day here. This is fantastic. Jess is going to be working on redesigning her newsletter, and it's a
Yes.
combination of Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Express. That's kind of the theme of the day.
Yeah.
And welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back as well.
You had a
Happy-
nice 1 minute break.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what we're going to be doing today.
Okay,
What's the
my
plan?
newsletter landing page here, it's really ugly. It's called Gliff Me a Break.
I love it. You and your little puns. It's
I have
so
to
good.
tell you, shout out to my social media manager,
Yeah.
Jamie. She came up with it. She's a genius, and I love her.
It needs a little like the theme song.
Oh my
Give
God.
me a break.
Gliff me a break. Lift me up a piece of that
Kit
Adobe
Kat.
Illustrator. Okay. Anyway.
Football cream.
Yeah, football cream.
Office fans, you know.
Yes, so good.
I love it.
Okay, yeah, so it's just it. Listen, I built this super quick
Yeah.
when I was just like, oh, right, we need to get people on the newsletter, and I don't like it. I think it's ugly, and I want to redo it.
Good.
Yeah.
And perfect opportunity.
Perfect
For, like,
opportunity.
double duty, right?
Exactly. It has to get
Come
done.
here on Adobe.
Yeah.
Get the work done.
It has to get done, and I got to stream about it. So, like,
I'm going to learn
let's
from you on
go.
this. This is great.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're going to dive right in. So great to see everybody on chat over there. Please chime in. We're going to probably be asking a lot of responses from them, I'm assuming, when we get there.
Go. I love asking the chat questions.
Yes,
I mean,
and if you guys got questions for Jess or myself, please pop them into
Yeah.
chat, and we'll be checking that out along the stream.
Yeah.
All right, what's the game plan? Where are you starting?
Okay, so first, I'm gonna like redo this like title part of it. I'm also gonna be designing for mobile first because typically the way that people find me/Women of Type is Instagram, and then what they would be doing is finding that link on their phone and then going to it. So this is
that's good to know, right? Like you know where they go to first, how they find you.
I started designing this or like thinking of this on like web, and I was like, wait, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. So first thing that I want to do is just make this little rectangle.
Nice.
This is gonna go across and send that all the way back. Whoops.
I gotta say, this is a very interesting approach to doing it here and then bringing it over to Express just for these email templates, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of a smart way to do it.
So I mean, depending on the email system, CRM that you use, you have to use like what they give you, and what they give you isn't always great, or you have to like pay a lot of money to be able to like upload your own fonts and things like that. So I'm like,
you're figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out, and I'm gonna just have everything in images.
Perfect.
Yeah, because
that's all you have to upload.
It's true. And like a lot of times, you know, you're thinking about your website, you're like, oh, well, I don't want to do everything in images because I'm worried about SEO. And I'm like, you know, for my newsletter landing page, I'm actually not worried at all about SEO.
Yeah,
So
I gotcha.
Good to go.
So that's all of your library of fun stuff?
My library, all of that. I actually have like a pattern somewhere of all of my shapes.
That's so good.
So
like,
I can
you
just
could tell you
click
curated
into it.
so much there, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually was just saying like nonstop at the last stream to Chris, I'm like, oh my god, you're so organized. I'm not organized at all. I think this library is the only one that I am organized in.
Look how good that is. You got them in sections.
Yeah.
That
so
looks
I'm gonna
fantastic.
grab this,
I love
just
that.
copy and paste.
Okay.
Oops, and I'm actually going to hit expand because I don't want to. Whoops. And then path, offset path, because I don't. Oh God, what did I do? Oh, not offset. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Not offset path. Outline stroke. Because I don't want to deal with like the stroke resizing,
yes,
and like
exactly.
you can fix that in some instances, but in some instances you can't.
Nice.
So I want to use the shapes, but I think it could be cool almost if I just create a pattern of this.
Okay.
So let's see how that looks. I'm not super confident in it looking amazing just yet. So I'm gonna do a grid.
There you go.
Let's bring this in.
Look at that. No spacing.
No spacing. Good. I'll bring it down here and then bring it out. And now it's like, okay, great, you have that, but you can't see anything. And I'm like, calm down. Just wait, have some patience, please.
Do you find like when you have these specific things done, not only is it easier to just fire up a new document or whatever, but it really shows off your brand equity, right? People know it when they see this over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
I always get a little bit afraid of like when you have such a good set thing for your own brand or the brand you're working on, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm just doing this over and over again. Is this really what you want to do? But that's the thing.
I know.
Look at all your flexibility.
I know. I also decided I don't like how that looks, so I'm gonna do something similar to what we have in the old one, but just like kind of redo it. I have like this updated green that I've added, and we're gonna like make things just like a little bit bigger.
Love that.
Yeah.
I know sometimes a pattern can be a little overwhelming when it's smaller scale, for sure.
Yeah.
I like this little floaty kind of.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's
Lift
fun.
me a break,
Whoa, what
Jess.
is going on?
Lift me a break.
Lift me a break. Football cream. What are the other ones?
Oh, Chrysler car. Oh my God, that is by far seriously one of the best episodes ever.
Bits.
I love that.
My favorite.
Hey,
my favorite.
I watch it on the planes every time.
So
like I don't care.
I haven't watched.
I don't care what Office episodes are on. It's always a surprise because there'll be like 3 that I haven't seen in a while.
That's great. This is now an Office.
Yes,
show.
I know.
An office, yeah.
Chat, tell us your favorite Office episode ever. There you go. That looks cool.
Yeah, and
is that one of your signature fonts?
This is this is one of my brand fonts, Rock Grotesque, and it's one of the reasons that I chose it is because there's so many variations of it.
Good. Is it a variable font or?
Yes.
I love those.
Oh, no. Sorry,
okay.
it's not a variable.
But it
font.
has a great variety in its library.
Let me show you what we got
Yeah.
here. So this is rock grotesque, and like look at all
Oh
those.
my-
Yeah, there's a lot.
What?
So yeah.
Wow.
I don't use all of them.
That's
Let me
really
be clear.
cool.
I do not use all
But
of them.
you know you have them,
But
just
I know
in
that I
case.
have them.
Yeah.
So we have Glyph Me a Break. And I'm going to create outlines.
Great.
And then I'm going to do what I accidentally did before. Offset path.
Nice.
And
Oh, get that
let's
meter.
Yeah. We'll do 15. And I like to make it
Round.
round.
Yes, same.
Maybe let's do 20.
There you go.
Yeah. And
That looks great. Ooh, that almost formed a cool little font on its own.
yeah.
Parkour.
Parkour,
Tammy.
yeah, parkour's a good one.
Oh my gosh. I can't remember. Was that was only the intro, right? It wasn't the full
Yeah.
episode, but that's all it needed to be.
I love also the
Oh my gosh, so good.
Staying alive.
Oh
Staying alive.
yes, with the CPR.
Yeah, CPR. So good.
That's a good one.
It's insane. It's just
when they run the
insane.
5K, Jack, I totally agree.
Yes.
Oh, that's the one where it's like Michael Scott's cure
Fun-
for the cause,
fun
whatever.
run.
Yes. It's like 20 words long.
It's amazing.
That'd be a fun stream, is to do a bunch of graphics
Like office
for
quotes.
based
maybe,
on yeah.
Maybe I'll do that.
I think we should
the
team
next
up.
time I'm
we
here.
gotta team up for that.
Yeah.
That would be great. And then we'll share that library with everyone.
Yeah, and then you guys can use Adobe Express to create more.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
exactly.
it's so fun. You can like animate them.
Nice. Look at that. Making some stars.
You know, I'm obsessed with the star tool. I talk about it every time I'm here and
Yeah.
every day of my life. I really do. I love the star tool. And this is not like one of my shapes, I guess, but it should be.
Yeah.
I
I'm a
guess
big fan of, like, what would you call it's like the asterisk, your orange thing on the side there. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
multi-point asterisk.
Yeah,
I use that so often. It's like such a cool little
great.
element.
It does what it needs to do, and it does it well.
Yeah, exactly. This looks great.
Whoops.
Tell me a little bit about what the newsletter usually does. What do you cover? Talk about it.
Industry news, what's going on in like the women of type community.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's like events and like job opportunities.
Okay.
That come up, not job opportunities necessarily with women of type, but job opportunities that are
Amongst
happening
the
in the industry. Yeah.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah. I'm wondering, should I make these whoops? Why is that not?
Like,
on?
do you have like a off-white?
Well, I was thinking.
Oh,
like
there you go.
The blue.
So it's not a white thing at the edge.
The white is
Yeah.
too much.
There you go.
Oops. And there we go. Okay, great. So we have this.
Looking good.
And then, okay, chat, you tell me what you think. I was either going to just put like the Women of Type logo, or we could just do like, whoops, what's that? I heard
Maybe
like
a tagline or
yeah,
something like a little bit. Your news source for all things.
well, I was just going to write like the Women of Type newsletter.
There you
yeah.
go.
And maybe
I always go like the news route, like your number
Yeah.
one source for blah 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 blah.
your number one source for being silly.
Cool. What do you think, chat? Are we good with that? The Woman of Type newsletter. I love
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Maybe this could be like a more condensed font, but then like change the tracking a bit.
Always a great tip.
Yeah.
I love changing that and getting your letter spacing a little bit more.
Yeah.
Even if you're using the same font, it's such a great way to work with hierarchy a little bit. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know what she's doing.
I know what
she's
like,
doing.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
that in
Does
there.
it work?
Probably,
I mean, I gotta fix it up.
yeah,
a little
bit
obviously.
bigger on the, and then spread out your
Yeah.
newsletter a little bit more. I love that. Totally.
Okay. Cool.
How did you come to the Women of Type logo, knowing it has to like represent everything
Oh my God.
that you're doing? Did you go through a lot of options,
No,
or was this it?
This is a font. This is Palmer script font. Yeah.
Good. You just know it when you know it, right?
I saw it and
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool. I mean, you know, the story of how I started Women of Type is really just me being like, okay, I want to make this thing, and like I didn't put much thought into it,
Yeah.
but like I've considered changing the logo, and I really like it. I feel like
Sure.
I think I'm just gonna get rid of this one.
I think you would get away with having multiple logos.
Yeah,
For your-
I could hear that.
Right?
I hear that.
I love that trend. I was just, I don't know if you saw if you're familiar with Lincoln Design Group, they have a book that they just put out all
didn't-
on their own
yeah.
branding. And they're as a design company, they have like 15 versions of a logo. It's like there's one main that they
Yeah.
kind of use a lot, but I love this idea of getting away with like multiple logos for a brand.
Yeah.
That's gotta be, we gotta make that a trend.
I
love
agree.
that. And I think
agree.
yours is perfectly set up for it, just
Thank
being
you.
all about type and
Yeah.
the way you guys have such a good expression on all of your branding. It's so cool. Look at how that purple background just makes the biggest. Look at the difference you
Yeah.
got in the little
Totally.
revise there.
I don't feel amazing about like the straight black on the colors, but like I feel like I don't have
know.
time to fix that
No,
right
yeah,
now, so
we're-
we'll deal with
yeah.
it later. Okay, so this also obviously I just had to use a standard font, so I'm putting this here just as a space holder.
That's a good mix.
Yeah. I'm gonna just like leave it as a space holder. I'm gonna be using this font. This is also a rock grotesque font, but whatever. This I'm
Nice.
not going to be able to change, unfortunately. I might
Okay.
be able to change the color of the button and the font here.
So that's
but
just a placeholder for
that's,
now,
yeah,
right?
that's just going to be there. And then I'm going to want to do, I'll just put this here also
Mm-hmm.
as a placeholder, but it'll be like some sort of tagline and then also like order your copy. But then you see the word GIF right here?
Yes.
Yeah, that's because
Right
you
behind me.
can, I mean, again, depending on your CRM, like I'm not able to upload like videos into like my email templates,
Gotcha.
but I can upload GIFs. And I found this out last night.
Smart idea.
You can upload a video into Adobe Express
turn it into.
and turn it
Yes.
into a GIF. And then you can upload that onto your
Come on.
CRM. So that's what I'm going to do. I have a couple of images here that I might want to put in there. So we have a couple of my book.
We got our buddy
What does it say?
Overturf.
Oh, hey!
What's up, Steven? Good to see you, dude. She is the goat.
Thanks for coming in. Thanks for popping into the chat.
We got to get a Overturf Jess Longo thing. one of
we
these
had
days.
we had the Jess Overturf and we had the Jess Longo, and now we
Yeah.
need the trifecta,
Yeah.
the Holy Trinity.
And we'll get Mr. Payton here,
Yes.
Mr. Porter. Be a fun.
Get everyone in here. We'll just have a party.
How do we get that?
Yeah, how do we get that?
There you go.
Jack, let us know. So I have these assets, like images of my book and this hair clip that I sell on my website. And I'm going to want to kind of like turn that into some sort of video and then a
Cool.
GIF. And then I also have my show, Making Decisions, that I'm going to want to promote.
Perfect.
So what I'm going to do now is let's head over to Adobe Express. And I guess I'll do video. Let's see. Instagram Reel, TikTok video, mobile video. I feel like I could do a mobile video. Like that will
Yeah.
be like the
Yeah.
proper size
Okay.
for it.
That's cool. I love the idea of the GIF thing too. That's a great little cheat.
I know.
When you're trying to upload a movie somewhere and it won't allow you to do it on,
Yeah.
based on the plan you have or
yeah.
whatever.
I actually
go
have
with the GIF.
this ready
There
to
you
go.
go.
After I create this thing. So
Nice.
I was also thinking of making the header that says Women of Type with
Yeah.
all the elements, making that
Little animated? Sure.
animated. So maybe we can work on that.
You should do something with the motion within your TV frame. Like maybe
That's what I wanted.
Maybe your little
Yeah.
like it's like maybe make it look like a broadcasting kind of thing based on your pattern up on top,
That's cool.
and then it only moves in the frame, and then you save that as the GIF.
That's cool.
Because like, come on, you're killing it with the little retro vibes there.
I love it.
that.
Honestly, that's
cool.
It's so fun for me.
We got a question. Curious, where did you get the iPhone template?
This is just a
The
stroke.
stretch.
This is just
Oh, there. Yeah.
yeah.
I made a box.
Yeah, it just
And a radius curve.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
cool.
That's all. And then
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope that answers your question.
and unless
Yeah.
you meant this is not a template. This is just like the
Artboard.
the proper artboard.
And it's sized to
use.
what you're going to use for,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
If you go to like file new, and then you can click on this
Yes.
like on your
Always
on
great.
the document options here.
Yeah.
That's good to use. So I don't.
I mean, I don't think I'd explore that area too much. When you hit
don't use it a
Command
lot.
New,
Yeah.
you've got so many good templates that are all in there for
Yeah.
Illustrator. It's amazing.
Yeah. Also, if you have Adobe stock, or if you want to get Adobe
Uh-huh.
stock, you can have like pre-built out ones that you can just edit.
That's true.
Yeah, you have to
Good.
purchase them, but
Yeah.
like they're great.
I remember having to have those days where you have an artboard with like,
Mm-hmm.
or a file with like 20 artboards for all the sizes for social media.
Yep.
And now I just go straight to Express and I'm like, LinkedIn post. Boom.
Yep.
There it is.
Well, I'm gonna do
LinkedIn
this
header,
right now.
Right?
So width was 1080, and then oh no, it wasn't. Oh, it's gonna give me 1080. Okay. And then
Yes,
Real
correct,
time.
Stephen. That is the iPhone 27. 27 vertical inch.
exactly.
Can you imagine carrying that thing around?
And then we're
Hilarious.
just gonna do resize. Oh, no.
Oh, it's so precise. Look at that.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay.
So I built this thing out here, but I'm like, there's a lot going
So,
on.
so do you bring it over piece by piece, like?
That's what
yeah.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do release clipping mask. We're gonna get.
The
You know what I
background.
could do though? I'm just gonna grab all of these and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna like crop them out.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be. Whoops. It's gonna be easiest. For
Okay.
Me. Whoops,
Let's see what we got here.
Copy.
The cool thing about it too is there's so many different ways to. I was even just watching
Yeah.
how Chris was doing some certain things, and anybody else I see doing this on Adobe Live, you just have your own preference on how you put these things
Oh
together.
yeah.
That's great.
Oh, didn't mean to open up
Oh.
Photoshop. Force quit.
Yeah,
Ah!
force quit. Don't do it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna grab these. Yeah, I learned something new every time I stream and
I
anytime
totally
I host.
agree.
And whether or not I use the things that I learn is a
You're right.
totally different
Yeah,
story.
Yeah.
But just like knowing more information is always
Mm-hmm.
cool.
The colors look equally cool on white as they do
I
on the
know.
purple. They're really nice. What do you do when you're picking your color palettes? Is there any tip you use?
No, no. I mean, I'll use like Adobe colors.adobe, and I'll use
So-
like
so
generative
good.
color to like help me
Yeah.
along. But no, I
Generative
don't.
color has been probably my biggest game changer
Mm-hmm.
in color. Because like I always can pick a good maybe starting point, but it always feels like I pick the same color choices all the time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my reds are always in the same hue or whatever. You go to generative color and you just throw in a few words and you'll get, like, pull them right from your brief. Like,
Yep.
what are you trying to say with your
Exactly.
design? And it gives you some really well-balanced stuff. It's stuff I wouldn't come up on my own.
Yeah, I totally hear that.
I'll admit it. Yeah, it's such a good game changer. Looking
agree.
good, looking good. Nice, so you're bringing them in at different scales, which I
Yeah.
kind of dig. So when those animate a little bit, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna look cool.
Well, I have to figure out how to do this now. I probably should have brought them in as individual pieces,
Oh, so you're
but-
doing that. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. So I wonder if you spin that, will it spin the crop? Like,
It'll
you know what I
spin
mean?
the crop,
Yeah, it won't
yeah.
spin like the whole,
No,
the
no,
whole
no,
thing.
no.
Okay, cool. She's like, I've done this before.
I have done this before. This seems like a little bit of a roundabout way, maybe.
Yeah,
but
but it could result in something really different, which is kind of
yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, thanks for putting that up. The color.adobe.com is
Yes.
one of your best friends there. Drop in a few lines of what you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
particular color combinations, and you save them right to your library. They're good to go when you just fire up Illustrator
Yeah.
or wherever you're using your libraries. That's cool. It's neat that I feel like these are such complementary apps. There's no competition when it comes to this. It's like
I
you
agree.
use Illustrator for some of these starting points and all of your assets and create as original as you want or as Gen AI as you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pop on over to Express and you've got this amazing flexibility.
I agree. The Express thing really changed.
Isn't that
things
good?
A lot
Yeah.
For me. Changed a lot. And now I'm just gonna erase right here, and you won't be able to see it because we
Yes.
just have like that pink. But
Yeah,
If you look, whoops. If you look here. Oh,
there it is.
oh. What happened?
Love it.
Okay. Well, it's gone. Believe me, it's gone. I think I need to just refresh for a second.
Always a good thing.
I mean, I know you said it before, but the iPhone 27, I was like, oh, that's funny. Okay.
It's just hitting her now,
Yeah.
Steven.
Okay. So I'm just like layering everything the way that I want it to be and separating them out. Again,
Yeah.
I could have done all of this separately,
okay.
but you
Yeah.
know, I like making extra work for myself. What can I say?
Yeah. I find too, like, sometimes I'm like with what you're doing right now and this moving your crop boxes and everything, it's so fluid. It really is. I
Yeah.
never get any weird hiccups or anything.
No.
It really does work well. And like even what you're doing, you could make a little happy mistake here and it turns into something really neat when you animate
Yeah.
it. You're like, oh, I didn't
Oh,
realize
yeah,
I have,
that
like
too.
you have one on top of the other and one stays and one moves
Mm-hmm.
or something. There's so many like limitless versions of what you can do with this animation here.
Yeah, the animation, I mean, I said in the earlier stream, was a game changer for me because like
I don't do it.
Yeah, I'm not an animator, and
I have no
it's-
time to learn.
It's now has allowed me to animate.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, not even, like, I may or may not have time to learn. I don't really want to. Like, I don't want to be an animator. I
Sure.
want to be able to animate certain things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, I don't want to set that as background.
Yeah. I've been stressing, even as my students were all building their portfolios for, they just graduated last weekend. We have to get motion into almost every single case study now.
Yeah,
and
it's
this is
rough.
the simplest way to do it. I'm telling you. I'm asking you guys too, if there's any unique feature about Express that you guys have used that was surprising, drop it in chat. I would love to hear. Because like sharing is really the way I've been learning. Like watching you do this. I know when Andrew and I do it on office hours, a lot of times we'll discover something totally
We're
wild.
like, what?
Especially when you go in animation, like we were just doing that one that was when me and Chris were doing it, and it morphed. And we
Yeah.
were like, what? How did it do that?
What are
Like,
you
how did
talking
it
about?
bend? Like, it literally almost looked like you used the puppet warp tool in Illustrator, and it turned it into something so cool.
It's fun. It's good
There
stuff.
you go. That's looking really good.
Yeah. So I'm going to have the and newsletter
Ah, I see what you're doing.
group that together. So
Okay.
now we're going to put this back here. And I'm lining it up basically so
There you
I can
go.
just have my all of my stuff individual.
Good.
Okay, so
Okay.
now it's ready to
There you go.
animate. We got it all in here. I will say there's definitely an easier way to have done this. I could have probably just like saved this as a
As a
file and like
library,
opened
yeah.
it. But like, if I'm being real, like this
work
is
how
just
you work.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
how I would do
yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want all of these to come.
And kudos
in.
for you for being on a live stream showing it, because like so many times I'm doing something, I'm like, oh, I would never do this on live. But then you're like, do it.
Well, yeah,
that's
like
how you work.
That's how I do it.
Yeah. Oh, this is looking great.
So I want it to.
You got to
come up
do
that
like
way.
the morph on lift me a break.
The what?
You got to do the morph thing
Oh,
on
lift me a break. That's funny. Start outside page. Oop. No.
Look
I
at
want
that.
It to be.
I gotta say, like in most cases, you would just expect this app to have like animate and like it would just be spin, but then to go
Yeah.
on the customization of it and figure that out is really awesome.
Yeah. The way that I. Whoa.
Wha-
What did? Oh, I.
See? Oh,
I didn't.
I
did
like that
not-
it was like in a mask there
Yeah.
on the green
Interesting.
side.
I want to make sure that that's not. Okay, that's fine. The way that I do it is I do all of my in animations first,
Cool.
and then I do my
A
loop.
loop? Yeah. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. I think that's that makes sense. Like I've talked to a few motion people on some tips, like going like I'm using these apps to kind of figure it out quickly, but they'll tell you that's kind of the proper way to do it.
Yeah.
Is work with all of the ins first, do the loops, and then if you need any exits or outs, try that and see
Yeah.
what happens. But looping is just kind of cool, especially if it's just something kind of like hovering.
I mean,
for a
I
few
love
seconds.
the bob.
Yeah.
The bobble
The
or
bob is
whatever.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
See, tumble. We'll have it tumbling in from there.
Mm-hmm.
Start outside the page.
Oh wow.
So like now we already have this going.
Yeah. And imagine this on your newsletter. Like this is
It's so cool.
you're finding these great little hacks.
Yeah.
Going off onto Express to do it, saving it as the GIF to get it into the requirements. That's so cool.
Okay. Whoops. Scene view? No. I was telling Chris, like, I am very new to like figuring out how this works.
Yeah. 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 So whatever you have selected, that timeline is the only thing visible, right?
Okay, got it.
So like
I
if you
want
select
this.
there's that, and you can choose where you want it to come in, when you want it to
Okay,
leave,
cool.
which is kind of cool. And the
Nice.
dots represent some of your other ones.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
these I'm gonna have. Oh, I got like, whoops. These little sparkles.
Yeah.
thingies, I'm gonna have them like all pop in at the same
Cool.
time. So let's do pop,
Nice.
and let's do
Adjust it.
loud, intensity high, duration. Let's see how this looks. Okay, just kidding. Because I want them to.
There's so many times where I'm hitting the play button going, this is going to be so
Yeah.
good. And I'm like, yeah, Borefest. Like, move.
Yeah.
I got to do some more.
Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, maybe you can help me out here.
Let's see. Chat,
I want
chime in.
these to pop in. Oh,
Yeah.
and they're individual. Okay, got it.
Oh,
it.
gotcha.
So I
yeah.
have to do that individually. That's fine.
There you go.
Ooh.
isn't it interesting to think in timing and in like sequence?
It's so different for
right,
me.
yeah.
It's so new.
But I think it helps you be a better designer because I think you're considering hierarchy, you're considering flow. Even when you add in a little music, I've been really getting into editing for the podcast, and I love that. It's such a different side of the brain. It's so interesting to try to
really
keep like
is.
the momentum going and smooth fades in and out. Lift me a brakes. Join the party. Yes, skirt. That's what it should be called. Or like handbrake.
Yeah. So funny. Okay, now let's see. Ooh,
Wow.
okay. And now this, I want it to come in like immediately after. And I'm going to have that rise.
Ooh. It gets a little special attention,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ooh. Duration. Let's see how this looks now. I feel like I want this
Cool.
to start a little earlier. And whoops, okay. And then this to start a little earlier. So, okay, let's start again. Now I'm really into this.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And this is still just all your ends, right?
This is still all of my ends. I'm
Love
gonna
it.
make this. Oh, I don't want it to be soft. I want it to be strong. And then this, whoops, will be the same, but just like slightly after. So we're gonna do where's in. Or you know what? Maybe I'll do pop, but I will have it be soft, lower intensity, and have it be brought in like immediately after. Okay, so let's
There
see
we
what it
go.
looks like now.
So good. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was great. Just enough of a difference there between those two,
Yeah.
the and newsletter and Women of Type. I
So
love
now what I want to do is kind of have all of these moving on a loop. So let's do loop. Let's do, and like so slightly too.
that. Yeah.
So-
For the looping part, it almost should just be like it's in a washing machine.
Yeah. Yeah. Spin. So we'll do.
Adobe, we're gonna need that
Smooth.
washing machine animation button.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or tumble dry.
tumble dry animation button.
There you go. You heard it here first.
We'll do in for loop. Let's do. Yeah. Let's do wiggle. That's cute.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
They're perfect shapes for this kind of vibe.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
That's.
One thing I've been building too is, and I'm going to do it in the next one, is a little bit more like on the presentation side and adding not only animation, but like good transitions and things, because like storytelling in presentations can be really tough because if you're
Yeah.
using just typical software that doesn't really have much, the presentation stuff in Express has been my new go-to. Like I think I use it for just about every presentation I'm putting together.
Me
now.
too, and I've talked about that so many times. Where like it's primarily I use it for presentation. Like that's
It's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, and also too, like you're not really worried about file formats and stuff. I know if I'm doing it on my laptop and then I'm doing it on my desktop, it's all there. It's all web-based,
Yep.
right? And fonts are all lined up because I just use Adobe fonts, which is awesome. Don't have to worry about like a folder with all your assets because they're all
Totally.
in there.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna pulse. I'm gonna like change the speed here.
Ooh,
and,
you know
like,
what
the
would be kind of cool
intensity.
too is when you're all said and done, you can take a few of these and check out like opacity or like multiply a few. So as they
Oh,
overlap,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
darkening where they have kind of like
That's cool.
intersection. That'd be kind of cool. And you got all these little look. It's so funny that each one of those little buttons has different
I'm gonna
fine tuning.
Yeah, but I'm gonna also like make my life a little easier and just like copy and paste.
Yeah.
these.
I need to hear a little bit from chat. Where are you guys all
Yeah,
from?
chat, where are you guys?
Where are you located? I want to hear. We are all in San Francisco.
Yes.
Jess is from New York. I'm from Los Angeles. Our buddy Chris is from Memphis. Jacob's from San Francisco. San Jose. There we go.
So fun.
Look at that.
So, but now I want to add. Actually, can I copy and paste this whole thing?
I believe
I could duplicate.
Oh, duplicate. That's simple.
So what I want to do here is get rid of all of the and hopefully this works because I
Yeah.
want it to just stay kind of like on a loop. Well, hold on, actually.
The duplicate's a great thing. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to mess with you love it.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
want
yeah.
to experiment with something, just duplicate that page.
So
Perfect.
if I do this, okay. So cute. Okay,
Ooh.
now I'm gonna download it.
Love that.
MP4, custom, original size, download. Great, amazing, cool. Just making sure we got everything that we need.
She double checked all those options, guys. Did you see that?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Love it. This is great. I mean, to do it also in like 4K, like
Yeah.
it's pretty amazing.
Great, we have Adobe Express. I'm gonna-
Ooh, okay, cool. So let's see what happens here. I'm curious to see, do you have any settings or does it just, oh, here we go. Small, medium, large. Look at that.
Yeah, so let's do.
Nice.
And now it's a GIF. So it'll just, it's still
Come
uploading the
on.
media, which is fine. We can
Yeah.
just go here, go to Express, and now let's do,
Yeah. We got, oh, Danville. My cousins live in Danville, California, right?
oh,
Awesome. Orange County, Los Angeles, Digital
Cool.
7.
woohoo.
Nice. Because there's a lot of orange counties.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, whatever. We'll just do
Oh
Instagram
my God.
story.
The best Office episode ever. The dinner
Which-
party.
Oh,
Oh
yes,
my
yes.
gosh.
You know, people either love it or hate it. So much.
So good.
Okay.
The flat screen TV. I got myself,
Yeah, I
got
my
myself a
flat
plaza.
screen This big.
You know what I could do if I want to watch it close up?
Great. So funny. You know, so there's a new Office coming out. Are you familiar?
Oh,
Are
I
you
just
aware?
saw the.
I
they
don't
have-
know if I'm gonna.
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
You know, I want to say if it's done by the same creators, which I think
It
it is.
is.
I have some hope,
Yeah,
but that's a little scary.
it's very scary.
A lot of things have, a lot of like spin-offs have never really.
Wait, why is this not playing?
Let's see. Oh, what happened? Oh, wait. What did you
This
did you
is the GIF.
change? Did you change the
Oh,
that's
the GIF isn't gonna upload to that. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But that's fine because I can upload it to my CRM,
Yes.
so that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool. Oh, wait.
What?
Okay,
There it
it's
goes.
working.
Holy shit.
Woo!
Look at that.
Okay, so now, like, when people open up the newsletter, they'll have this. Amazing.
That's
Cool.
great.
Now I want to. Okay, so this is the email sign up page. I'm just gonna grab this here. Where are we? And whoops, not generate template. Although that is cool. Add text. And obviously, we're not doing all of that. We're gonna do a rock grotesque. Here we go. And this is also the proper like sizing that I want for everything, which is nice.
Cool.
So we have this. This is what people see when they first pop in.
Nice.
And what I could do, I'm gonna grab this over here.
Okay. Like
Again-
just for your placeholder?
Yeah, it's going to be a placeholder. That's something that I'm going to have to use. So when I upload all of this, I'm going to first upload this
Gotcha.
individually. Then I'm going to export this probably from Illustrator, but just as like an image because I don't want to deal with having like their ugly fonts that I
Yeah.
can't upload my own without paying them $1 million. And then this will just be there. Fine, whatever. Don't care about it, but it's okay. I'll
Nice.
survive. After that, well, we can get rid of this now. Leave site. And here.
There we
Order
go.
the Women of Type book on Amazon, available worldwide.
Perfect.
Like, yeah, but no. So, so like, I'm gonna do, like, whoops. Want more inspo.
Mm-hmm.
Order the Women of Type book. What did I write here? Available world. It is available worldwide. Wow, I always
Look at
forget
that. You're going global, Jess.
Woo, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
I should have a picture of Pitbull.
Yes. Or like a little GIF kind
Yeah,
of playing
yes.
off that vibe.
Which you can create
Yeah, I know.
in Adobe Express.
Copyright Pitbull.
Yeah. How do I? Okay, I'm gonna have to resize this. So let's see. Height. I don't know. Let's make it 3,000.
There you go.
I'll just do resize because
Good.
it's the same exact thing, and
Love
we'll just
that.
move all this up.
So smart.
Great.
It just certain times like that, it feels like you're writing Illustrator. You're just like,
Yeah.
this is so
Yeah,
easy.
truly. Whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
I'm on all the wrong
those,
things.
All those tabs. Too many
Here,
tabs.
let me get rid of those. Okay.
First rule of streaming.
Oh my God, yeah. And then we have this picture here, and I'm like, okay, like that doesn't do anything for me. And also, I want to promote.
Ooh, I know what you can do.
I know what I could do too, but you tell me more.
I was gonna say you bring that in, you put some sparkle
That's
animation.
what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, come on.
So we're gonna create another video. Let's
Yeah.
open link a new tab.
What's going on, MG? What's going on, Toy?
Oh, that's my mom.
Oh, MG?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, she's complimenting you,
I know,
obviously.
of course.
Aw.
Hi, Toy Realm.
That's so cool.
Okay, now we're going to do. Let's just do like a.
Got a lot of hearts flying now too.
Yeah, a one.
Gotta be mom.
Yeah.
Gotta be mom. That's awesome.
Let's do a 1 by 1. So like, yeah, I have this image here, but like, it's whatever. It's fine. So
You could do the whole like the little news sparkles. You
yeah,
know? Kind of
but
like,
I'm thinking like, okay, I like this picture because it has 2 of my products in it.
okay.
And I think what I could do, hold on, let's try something.
Well, let's be honest,
what I wish that we could do
we gotta
in
get some
Express,
sales. We're getting going. Yep, this is all for that.
I wish that we could make clipping masks. And it's something that I was talking about with some other people, and I was like, I feel
Like custom masks for SVG shapes and stuff?
maybe I feel
Yeah.
2 types of ways about it.
Okay.
1, I'm like, that would be amazing, and 2, I'm like, okay, if we're giving Express everything that we have in Illustrator, like where do we draw
Oh
the
no,
line?
you exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, they have to be separate in a certain way.
Yeah.
And let's face it, you've probably got Illustrator open, and you can just
Yeah.
make it in 2 seconds and put it right back in your library.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
was this? Oh, this is a shape. I thought. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do image trace then.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll do silhouette.
Nice.
Expand. Great.
Look at that. Too fast.
Oh wait, release clipping mask. Make clipping mask.
There we
What
go.
just happened? What is going on here?
Let's see. Is it?
here.
Yeah. There you go. You still have that box around it.
Make clipping mask. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so this
Maybe that's not the right shape. What do you think?
actually, I think it might be because imagine. No. Yeah, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
Digital 7, you're new to this channel. Where did you not see us? We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
But welcome. Yes. Thanks for telling them, Jack. Monday through Friday. Jess's show every week is on Tuesdays at what time?
It's at 9 a.m. Pacific and 12 p.m. Eastern.
Eastern. Awesome.
Yeah.
And our show we do, myself and Andrew, is every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time called Office Hours.
Cool.
We just rebranded the other day. It was pretty cool. We're going to debut.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
That's fun.
we did it in a really cool stream. And we were taking people through the process of building a personal brand, like what you should be asking yourself and questions. And we were like, neither of us want to rebrand, so let's rebrand Office Hours.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was like
That's fun.
long overdue. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was pretty fun.
Okay, so I am gonna grab this copy.
Hey, they're tuning in from Peru. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's cool. We're worldwide,
Yeah,
baby.
see? You predicted that already.
Oh,
Thanks for joining
because
us.
it's a big photo.
Uh-oh.
I've done this to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big photo.
Got the red bar.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I make it smaller.
There you go. I wonder, yeah, so let's see. That'd be a good test. Because it's the same image, but then you
Right.
scaled it down in Illustrator?
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
So that's a good tool to think of. Like, it's not like you have to go to the native thing and
Yeah, you
lower
just
it.
scroll-
You just make it smaller
Scale
in
it
Illustrator.
down.
Perfect.
And I'm gonna remove background, and because I just want the clip, my pencil
Perfect.
clip that you can buy. Womenoftype.com.
Nice.
Okay.
It's beefy.
It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. It's trying to figure out what the background is and isn't. But you see, it's not perfect, but that's okay because whole body's nerfect.
Yeah, but look how clean when you zoom in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely.
But I can also restore it.
There
which
you
is
go. Oh, I was using this the other day. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. So the cool thing too is not only is
do,
there
like,
just an
quick
instant
selection.
background remover, but then if you have something like glasses or like your TV screen where
Yeah.
you want to erase an area in between, you can do that as well. Nice.
great. Okay, I'm obviously.
We're pressed for time.
Yeah, we're pressed for time, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna go crazy with it. We have this, and then
Super
let's
cool.
grab the book. Where is that? And then we have the book here.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm never not pressed for time here. I'm always like going.
You're like, it's an hour. How am I going to fill this? And the next thing you know, you're like, we're signing off.
I'm like so not worried about filling an hour. I'm like, how am I going to get what I need to do
I know.
in an hour? Like
Always.
that is
Always.
And then I want to grab like a bunch of backgrounds here that I can use.
Very cool.
Let's use.
Ooh, those are cool.
Yeah, I don't want it to be too busy though, so maybe.
Gotta be a little subtle.
Yeah, so let's grab this background. I don't know if that's going to be too big. Hopefully not.
Yeah. I like it. That's cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to do a color background for now,
Okay.
for the sake of time. Let's do. I don't know.
yeah.
Whatever. That's fine.
Make it pop, Jess. Make it
Make
pop.
it pop. And, okay, let's make everything move. So we'll do effects. Oh, actually. Yeah,
What?
okay, sure. Why not?
Okay, the fact that it gives you the little preview
Yeah.
when you're adjusting is really neat.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at that. It's like it's drawing.
Yeah, it's doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then let's do wiggle here. Great. But then I want to like have like a little pop up that goes like, buy the book.
Yes.
You know?
Very cool.
So
Nice.
this says, I'm not going to put anything in it again for the sake of
Sure.
time. So this is just here.
Imagine.
This is just here. Yeah.
Buy
Imagine.
the book. Signed by Jess.
Yeah. They're not signed by me, unfortunately. But if you see me in person and you have one,
There you go.
we'll make it work. Okay, we'll do pop, and we'll do the same here, but maybe like over there.
There you go.
So we'll have, so you see it moving, and then it pops, and it says order here,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
blah blah blah. Okay, so
Just the amount of attention this is going to grab in your email is so
I
much better
know.
than anything just static. Mm-hmm. It's really awesome.
yeah. So I have this here.
Okay.
Right?
Perfect. And right now
And-
that's all. So it's still got everything on there, right?
Yeah, and I just like imagine that it's that it's a GIF.
Cool.
For the again
For now.
for the sake of time, for the sake of all that. Let's do the background
you
here.
go.
Whatever. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do.
Ah.
Okay, let's do this and move it down. Right. So someone's opens up the email
Great.
and they're like. Not the email, sorry. Somebody opens up like the landing page because
Yeah.
they want to sign up for my email, and they open it up and it's this, which is so fun. But then they scroll down and they're like, "Oh, buy
More.
this, buy this."
Yes.
Oh, whatever. Okay, I think I messed up the animation a little bit, but
We know.
you guys know, you guys get it.
They want it to sparkle, Jess. They want it to
Yeah.
sparkle.
Why did it disappear though? That is weird. Let's.
I think it's working now, right? Is that working?
No, it like. Here, wait, show layer. Oh, there we go. Oops. Yeah, it just wasn't.
There's so many times where I'm like, I think I caught something here. It's not working. It's always me.
It's always me.
It's always me. There you
So
go.
cool. Okay.
Yep.
So we have this, we have that. I actually really don't like this blue color at all.
It's a little. Yeah, that doesn't look on brand.
It's not brand.
That's not
It's
on
not on brand. Let's do
I need
swatches,
the
my color
women of
name.
type bright blue.
We got this.
Mm-hmm.
We have this.
That looks good. A little more sky blue.
Yeah, the sky blue. My color is showing up a little bit weird on my screen.
Yeah.
Versus on there. I think it's because I'm plugged in, but no big
Yep.
deal. And I think we do have some time. So let me
Yeah.
figure some things out. Let's take the
See what we
border
got.
thickness down here. That's at 3. It's at 3, and let's make the color obviously something different.
Perfect.
Maybe the pink.
There's so much intuitive things when you select something. What shows up in your left-hand window is always what you need.
Oh yeah.
So cool.
Do you like the yellow or the pink better?
Ooh. Let's see. Yellow.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, it's cool because yellow works better on the bottom of your book. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it pops the most. I
Yeah.
think. That looks good.
And let's do. We're gonna have to add sparkles, but we will do that in a little bit. Let's do
Yeah.
design assets. Let's do arrow. And I wanna,
Cool.
like have this pointing to it. Although I don't know, is that too much? I don't know if we need it.
Yeah. I'd throw in the sparkles. They're asking
Yeah.
for it.
they
are.
want it.
Bree,
the people want it.
Bree wants the sparkles.
All right.
We're gonna deliver, Bree. We got you.
And what I like about this is like I build out my own sparkles because you know
Of course you
I
did.
but I don't need to.
No.
I also just don't need to. which is also wonderful.
It comes with your subscription, guys.
Yeah, sparkles with your
galore.
subscription.
Yes. And let's face it, these are the things that get your attention when you're scrolling or you're opening up an email.
Dude, I live for
right?
sparkles.
Yeah, it works every time.
There's no sparkles. Don't invite me.
What else? What else would you say you use too much of in your design?
Okay, first of all, I don't think I use too much of sparkles. Let's just get it clear, people.
I know. Other than sparkles,
I really like to add like a long drop shadow.
Oh, yeah.
To text a lot.
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun for me. You'll see that a lot in my work.
Cool.
Yeah. Too much, some might say.
Yeah. That's why I asked.
Okay, animation. Let's do animate all.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there like
Popping.
a popping? I guess. Let's see.
Oh my
Oh
god,
wow,
that's so
That's really good.
cute.
That's really good.
Okay, so let's see.
Is it Bree approved? Bree,
Bree, do you like it or no?
gotta let us know. You're our art director.
So cute.
Look at that. That's
I
really
mean,
coming.
it
That's
looks
really-
so much better
Yeah.
than what I had before.
Yeah.
And like when I go in and I fix everything, this will be
You'll change
centered
it,
and
yeah.
whatever. And I'm gonna have another button here for each of the things because
Cool.
that's a whole other thing. But do we have time to add in stuff for making decisions? I feel
believe
like we
so.
do.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if I can.
We gotta promote.
Libraries. Let's see. I
Let's
got
go.
a lot of different libraries. I got making decisions
go.
here. Okay. Okay, resize. Let's do 5,000. Why not?
This artboard just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And again,
Just
with
shift it
whatever
on up.
CRM you have, like I'm probably gonna have to tweak some things, whatever.
But
But
right
like,
now, you gotten.
yeah. But I
this is
feel
great.
really good about this, and this is like a really good starting point for building things out.
Yeah, it's better to do it in somewhat of a place like this rather
more
than
flexible?
Just
Yeah.
like random artboards. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Never enough sparkles. Bree has signed off. Thank you, Bree.
Okay,
Love it.
so I felt like a lot of making decision
Nice.
stuff.
Oh my god,
I'm
it's
gonna
so let's make a deal.
That's exactly what I was going for. So I'm so
God.
glad you said that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think there was another one that has that same kind of vibe. You know what it always reminds me of every time I see your socials pop up?
Is it good or bad?
It's great.
Okay.
It's great. Did you Seinfeld fan?
Yes, of course.
When Kramer bought that old set from Merv Griffin,
Yeah.
and he had a talk show in his apartment.
Yes. I need you to know that is one of the things that I absolutely based it on when I was like making my mood board.
Oh, I love it.
So
It's so good.
Yeah.
Even like the suit you have and the glasses.
that
like,
is 100% what I was going
Oh
for.
my
And I
gosh.
don't know if you guys have watched John Mulaney's new
oh,
talk show.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's insane, and I was also trying to like model it
Good.
after like that
Yeah.
vibe, the insanity.
So good. That's so good.
Okay, so we have this here. We'll move that down.
And the neat part about that is just inspiration. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you need something like that sometimes if you're like trying to develop the look or the overall direction of something. Having something that's like that's exactly what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Always helps. Yeah, that's great. Want even more?
You're like, what's wrong with you? Watch
Like-
making decisions live on Adobe's YouTube. YouTube is 2 words?
I think it's capital T.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Channel every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And
Nice.
make that.
And you know it's gonna work. There you go.
There we go. What even more? And then I'm gonna make this animation. Let's we want this to do in. Let's bungee that in.
Cool.
And let's do start outside the page.
Have you seen?
Woo!
Have you ever tried like look in assets and try to find a video of like TV static or tuning?
Yeah, let's
And then
try
you can
that.
put it
Let's try
over the
that.
TV
Media.
and use a little overlay. It's like static.
We could do this.
Totally.
Oh wait, where'd it go?
Whoa.
Where is it? Oh.
Oh, it's probably
Wait.
somewhere in your art. you
Yeah,
you
really-
have a large artboard.
Yeah, I
here.
got a really long artboard.
Could be anywhere.
Okay, I like this. And then if I lower the opacity, like you
Oh,
really
yeah.
you won't really like be
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to tell.
This is so much fun.
Oh, I'm going to turn the volume down because
There you
we
go.
don't really need that.
Yeah.
Let's try
Or even, yeah, maybe like let's see. Not enough?
it's okay.
Or maybe it it disappears. Like does it go
Oh, like it goes
out
and then disappears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of the animation
But this
here.
is the stuff like I love about Express is probably no one considered this when all this stuff was being made, and then seeing people use it and trying these different little techniques, putting an overlay of video, putting maybe video in the background, and it's just this subtle thing that happens. Those little nuances are great.
And then this, I also want it to be like here.
Looking good.
So is this... Okay, so those are coming in at the same time, I believe. I'm gonna have this edit, opacity, just bring that all the way up. And then, I can round the corners.
Oh gosh.
Amazing, perfect.
Come on.
Amazing. And then I'll just have it disappear. Like I don't need to fade it or anything.
Yeah.
And then we can group these together.
Cool.
And then we can have animation in. Let's have it slide.
Yeah.
I don't know. So let's see how that works. How that looks.
Oh my gosh.
Great. Love it.
That's so good.
Yeah. And then we'll have this pop in. I'm excited to see how I'm able to make this work.
Yeah, this is one of those like little like hacks.
Yeah.
You're finding ways to use this to fulfill other things that are a little limited, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's cool. Okay, want even more? Watch that
Looks
and
like your
whatever.
friend
and,
Jessica's here.
Jess, hey! Woo!
What's up? Why don't we go through a little rundown and let's see everything that
Yes.
you did here. This
Okay.
is so much fun. Yeah.
Really? Oh my god, I keep opening up Photoshop. Not today. So I started off.
I want some love.
Yeah. I started off with this as like the landing page, and I
Yeah.
just wasn't happy with it. So I created this like header, Lift Me a Break, and it said the Women of Type newsletter. And then I separated all of these pieces and I brought it into Express.
Perfect.
With that, I created this little video here,
All done, and then
like
gift.
right here.
Yep.
And then I turned it into a GIF using Adobe Express because you can't upload a video onto the CRM that I use for my email, but I can upload a GIF. So this will just be
There you
looping as it lives there. And now I just laid out the email. Played
Perfect.
around with this animation also, but I feel really good about it.
You
and
figured it all out.
Yeah, I'm also like
Record time.
just. Oh my god, I actually did figure it out in record time.
know.
I never
we did
do.
It. That's perfect, man.
Thank
I
you
love
guys
it.
for being with me on this
Yeah.
journey of figuring things out.
Thank you guys for joining us. That does it for your round.
Yeah.
We are back on in just a few more minutes. I think it's my turn. I'm not sure. There we go.
It is.
Perfect. Jess will be hosting alongside with me. It should be fun. And then,
Oh no, I'm not hosting.
Oh, wait.
Chris is hosting you.
there we go. All right.
Yes.
I can read. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to show you guys a project that we created for a local cafe in California. And this is kind of my creative brief. And one of my favorite things to do is do the naming for a restaurant. So here was our list. And we had some fun ones. We had everything from Stack Cafe, Griddle Groove. One of the owners' names was Billy. So when we put Little Billy's on there, that became the one. I had this idea that we knew it was going to be like this cozy mid-century kind of vibe. We're going to jump into like Firefly. I just put that in here. I call it the gut check. If you can give them something like this while you're in that infancy stage of talking, imagine being able to give them this.
Yeah.
And they're like, yes, this is what we initially were doing. So to me, it was just about kind of finding those little ways to kind of like, does it work better this way? I just love these open canvases when you're kind of like exploring. This was kind of what the final pieces were that we presented. But see, here's like a nice run across. The name and the title, solo logo in just black and white. Then just to kind of bring it to life,
So fun.
let's give it some color options, right? And then gotta show it like on a window.
Yeah.
And then these were the images that we made in Firefly, and we did it for each different one there. And now we had to do some mock-ups, so let's have some fun. I'm gonna take this one, and we're gonna do a retro white coffee mug on a table. So let's see what this creates us. So now we want the focal point to be more of a mug. And look at this one. I
Yeah.
think that's our one. And we'll bring it over here. And look at the, it's like, sometimes I laugh and go, it created that in like seconds. It's like super high resolution, select both the type and your image, and you're gonna go all the way down here to mockup beta and say make. It will understand that there is some curvature, but you can see it did a cool little thing there. This was the winner. All we have to do is with this ungrouped, I'm gonna take the Billy guy here. For me, if we need a stacked one, I'm gonna start with that one. We'll just do something really quick. The cool thing too is you can kind of go in here, and I'm gonna do this on a arc here.
Yeah.
They always want just the Wordmark one alone. So we'll copy this over, and I'm gonna build all of these. And what it kind of ends up looking like is this piece here.
Out.
So then came this, they were coming up with this idea that we were gonna do a menu board. And so basically what I'm gonna do is kind of do my cool little checkerboard thing here. So you're literally just kind of dragging and doing that, selecting both, getting it right on the point, and then the magic happens by hitting Command D. All of a sudden, this font kind of starts working again here. So we had this little area here, and what we were thinking was like, take Billy. It's like Billy's little like signatures throughout the restaurant. We were looking good. We had that logo lockup done, and went right into doing some merch. To me, this made a perfect idea to make like for a hat. And this is where the mockup feature works really great. So I've got my vector on top. This is literally just a JPEG.
Okay.
And if I select both, mockup beta, there we go. Check this out. As you kind of move this, like look at this.
Wow.
But look at how good the perspective is. These were the little window graphics that I came up with. So in cases like this, we get the dimensions. I'll just literally start building them, and this is when you have that logo ready to go, and we're saying, okay, maybe this would be a great sign. We do the align tool, which is obviously our favorite. You just kind of center it, and boom, you know, you've got it. I figured we can make some socials. Express is your best friend there, because what you can do is you could set your whole brand up there. So what I did here is in the brand, I have Little Billies, and I can share this with them, okay? So this is like having an online style guide for your brand. What we can do is we can go in social media. I'm gonna go like diner. So we go to brand. There we are. Look at this, guys.
Oh man.
How easy is this? So here's a new setting. You can actually create like little mini sites. This is literally a web page template that is in Express.
Think about everything that you showed us with that brand guideline in this vertical format.
Exactly.
That is gonna blow any client's mind.
I can say the creating delicious memories. Look how easy this is, guys. I'm literally just like
Dropping
creating
it from your
this.
library.
Exactly. It's so nice. So I'm gonna go into our actual images, and there we go.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was our to-go bag. There's our fun little sign, and there's our outside one.
It really does pull from that original Firefly image, right?
It's kind of
set
crazy.
the basis.
It's kind of crazy. Pretty cool, right?
Thanks
We did it, bro.
We did it. We built
Awesome.
a brand.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
What's up, y'all? We back.
You can't get rid of us.
You can't get rid of us. We know you tried, but we're back. and you can't do anything about it.
We saw you look to some other channel for a second.
We closed that extra tab, actually. I did it myself. I found the tab, I closed it, and we're back.
We're back.
With Adobe Live Royalty, Nick Longo. My name is
Yo,
Chris Porter.
what's up, everybody?
We are going to be doing a part 2 of what we did this morning. Nick is going to hop back into his file, do some pretty dope stuff with Adobe Illustrator Express. Kind of explain. You want to explain a little bit more?
Yeah, so we were having a little bit of fun a little bit about 2 or 3 hours ago, and what we created was kind of this like totally fictitious EV company called Ampy, and built the brand. We had a few social media things here, which were kind of cool. You think like this kind of stuff, fun little things. We even did a fun little animation for our logo there as well, trying to show that like motion and all this fun stuff is really, really great to have in there, and it's super cool. So what we want to do now is we want to kind of think, okay, we've created some assets, we've got a little bit of a brand. What if we have to pitch this? What if we've got to like either show the client or in a lot of cases, I'm sure you're the same, you show your client and they're like, we want to build an investment deck or something kind of cool to kind of get it out there. So I want to show you what's so cool here. So we have our brand and we have everything in Express to play with once we get there. Let's just go over to the beginning here. And I don't know if a lot of you have checked this out, but the presentation kind of tool in Express has become like my go-to. I think everything you see down there at the bottom in my kind of recents are all in this zone. It's kind of a go-to for me now. And what I love about it is you instantly get blank page if you want to start from scratch and do your own thing, or you've got thousands. I mean, there are so many really cool ones. And just to show you, when you hover over one, it will tell you it has 1 of 3, and it'll show you 2 of 3 and 3 of 3. So by seeing this little icon here where it has multiple pages, that tells you that. Whereas this one just has that one. And then every once in a while, you'll see here too, there are dynamic ones, and that has a different logo there, and you can search for them as well. And it has a little bit of animation already thrown in there, right? So let's see, we are gonna search. I wanna find a good template to kind of start with.
Yeah.
We are in the automotive business. What do you think we should be looking for? Should we just try automotive?
Let's try automotive.
Yeah.
Or auto. Yeah, that's
we go.
fine. We'll see what we get.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, like the brand is more playful, right? And I feel like we're gonna get a bit more
A little electric.
Yeah. So we might need to do something like
Maybe
more like a
try.
vibe.
Yeah. Let's try let's try electric and see.
Yeah,
what
let's try
happens.
electric. Yeah.
Yeah, we might. Oh, there we go. I'm seeing some good ones.
Okay,
Feel
yeah.
a little bit more. Okay, so let's see what else we got here.
Kind of like that one with the bow.
This one.
That one or down and to the left with the bow.
Oh, right here. Oh,
Yeah.
and see, that's the
Yeah.
dynamic one.
Yeah, that's
which
what
is
I
kinda
thought.
cool.
That was kind of neat.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you can click on it, and you're not committed just yet. You're committed until when you make some changes here. But right now, if I want to watch, I can just slide over and see this one without any change. But if we go back here, I can see that there are. Let's see.
Yeah, can you play
it? There we go. Perfect. So there's
Yeah,
things, but there's no other pages there. So you only get that one.
Okay, so maybe we do one with multiple pages.
Yeah. So I would like, let's see. So we can go scroll down here and see. We've got a few. There's some here. This one doesn't. And I believe you can filter. You can go through here and see if there's certain things that you want.
Yeah.
This one looks pretty cool. This one looks really neat. Maybe that'd be a fun one to create like a little brand board for as well.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see.
Oh, what about that one there? Either one that to the left. Yeah, one of those 4, right?
Yeah.
So that one doesn't have. That one has multiple pages.
This one does. Yeah.
The one underneath it.
Let's see. So here you can get a great glimpse of these guys and see. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
what do you think?
that feels pretty neat.
Okay.
Yeah, let's maybe work
All right.
off of that.
I love it. So here is one touch kind of branding that kind of works. You can go right over here, go to your brand, right? And you got it here. Whoops, don't even need to do that. Hold on, let's get that rid. There. Apply brand right there.
Oh,
so
let's
look
go.
at that. It instantly turns
wow.
into like colors.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
Yeah.
And what's neat here is you can go in and you can change a few things as well.
Yeah.
If you want to kind of get some of these things a little bit more different here. Looks like we have something here.
Yeah, because you didn't have a ton of colors in
No,
the palette, so it
exactly.
just didn't have a lot to apply.
Yeah,
But
so-
if you would have built it out more, if
Yeah.
you had more time.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
That
It
is really
even
great.
picked our font as
Yeah.
well, which is really cool.
And I think that Megan Collins thing had if you hover over that, it might have had like a little blurb or like, did it have something else behind it? Maybe not.
Oh, let's see.
I thought it had like something behind it, but Okay, probably.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
It's been a
fine.
long day.
Yeah, it's fine. This is looking great.
So look, even
It's
here,
cool that you can
it's
do
got
all that.
some cool stuff to start with, which looks pretty cool. This is great. So we can go right back here, and now we can go into our brand as well. Let's look at all of our logos. I think maybe just the white one here kind of looks good.
Yeah, we need that
at best.
contrast, yeah.
Yep. And like I like this too because now you can kind of move things around and get that perfect thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's move this here. I'm not a fan maybe of the stars. We can bring in our own little elements.
Yeah, because we have our own
Right?
star. We have our own star. We use our own stuff.
It's a star.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that, dude. So let's go down here. I did bring some of those patterns.
Oh,
so
gotta put that in.
so
there.
check this out. You got this.
Don't mind me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get
There we
get the
go.
setting done.
There we are.
There it is.
Man, we're always watched over. I love it. So these kinds of things are neat too. I'm gonna bring this maybe even like tilted a little bit. You can have some fun with these things. Maybe opacity, just so it's just a fun little kind of way to add some kind of value to it. And whatever.
Yeah, totally.
So let's go back here. I do have this pitch deck thing that we kind of wrote up. Here's our thing. The future is coming. Now again, this copy's more written for kind of, you know, the investor, right? So I want to have some fun here as well. I like this idea that you can just, come on now, there we go. Just stretch to, you like the size, and then again, kind of find that way to do it, which is great. Here, we probably don't even need this one, but let's bring in an image of one of the cars. We can see what we got
Oh
here.
yeah, because we've got the. What about the PNG one?
Oh, look at this. He's ready to go.
What about
Guys,
the PNG
come on,
car?
look at this.
Yes.
We are looking good.
Make it bigger. Make it pop.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
In fact, I like when things are like a little bit on the overlapping, even of your logos and things like how it's a little bit over the
It'd
car.
be crazy if you could have it go like the windows you could see through to the text. But that's
Ooh. Oh wait, I think we can. Hold on.
if you. Oh, are you gonna try to knock out background? Or
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, the future is compact electric. There we go. Cool. Actually, no. Let's go a little bit more like that, and then we can get it a little bit bigger. And let's bring "and" down. There we
Yeah,
go. That
there we
fits
go.
nicely. Okay, I think we can. If we go here and go to erase, let's
Yeah.
see. Oh my gosh! Here, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah. Let's
There we
make it a
go.
little smaller.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So look at this. We're figuring things out as we go here.
Yeah.
Guys.
And then we can have things come through.
Look at that. Oh.
Oh, don't erase the whole car. Oh, also the emblem is a bolt.
I know. We gotta change that.
We gotta change that.
Okay. Let's see. We're getting good here. I'm a little scared to add a few more here. Let's see if we zoom in.
Yeah, we can get a little bit.
There we go. And then we'll make this a little bit smaller. Go down to like 1. Oh, look at this.
It's
Look
crazy
at the
how
precise.
yeah,
I
how
had a
precise
feeling.
you can get though
Yeah.
with these tools that are not Photoshop.
There you go. It's
You
just
know?
figuring things out. Look, oh, you just try it out a little bit. It
Yeah.
works. Okay.
Well, that one might be a little. Well, now it kind of looks a little.
Yeah,
strange.
I'm gonna go back. What do you think? I'm just gonna go back to that.
Yeah, just look because we don't
tried.
really need it. Yeah,
We
we
tried.
don't really need it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but we found out that we can do it.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, it was.
right?
We had a good journey along the way.
And what's great is these always show up. So the remove background, if I just had one that wasn't fixed, you know,
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that PNG already, you know, we'd be good to go, right?
Yeah.
So we've got that ready to go. This is kind of fun. We could add animation. We could do whatever we want to. But let's bring in a little lifestyle. We don't need to just go with what we have because what's so cool about here is you can go into media. And what's great is you can go into photo and then we could just search for like, you know, young adult shopping, right?
Okay. There
Okay,
we go.
let's see what we find here. And you're tapping into Adobe stock, which is great. And this is really awesome. I love to try to find these ones here that if I want to, like this guy here with the bags,
Yeah.
or you know, with a kind of a easy background, I can instantly go over here.
Yeah,
and
because it's
then
not complicated.
yeah, quickly go remove background. And then he's got his driver's license, which is something which is kind of, or maybe a card.
Oh, look at that.
Which is hilarious. So
Yeah.
maybe as well, we can kind of like, we can mess around with this now. We can kind of figure out the
Yeah.
best spot for this. Or let's see, maybe,
It'd be hilarious if you could put them inside.
what can we do here? Let's see. Trying to think. Crop, no, more. Let's see. No, we'll bring him over here. Is he our guy? What do you think? I don't know. Does he match our brand?
I mean, he's a little basic.
Yeah. So hit
but
replace.
yeah.
Go to photo, and again, now you can just find the next person that you feel, and might be a group, maybe it's 2 or 3 people if we can find something cool. These people look kind of neat. Now,
Yeah.
because it's a little bit off now, you can literally just double click, open up this a little bit more,
Look at that.
get these, and now let's see.
But I've also noticed that they've integrated generative image, and
Yes.
generative fill into this. So if you needed to create your own thing, if we couldn't
Exactly.
find our own person,
Right?
let's create one
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. So I'm going to remove background. Check this out. Look at that.
That's actually really impressive
That's
because of the
cool.
stairs.
Exactly. It was able to get it nicely. So we have that. Not bad. This
Yeah.
is looking good. Move this a little bit more here and see. Okay, I just noticed this. Generate similar. Have you seen this?
I have not seen this. Let's try it.
Let's find out what it does. Okay, so it's using that as the reference. Describe the content. How about a couple? What could they be doing?
could have-
Eating.
Yeah, let's have a couple eating lunch.
Eating lunch.
Yeah.
There we go.
Couple
All right.
eating lunch.
Let's see what happens, guys. I'm a little excited. This is like a way to keep a little continuity with some of the stuff. Let's see.
And so one of the things that you do, I don't know if
Yeah.
you do this, is do you create personas for your brands that you present to clients? I've
Yes.
seen some people do that.
Yeah.
So this could be a way to, like, if you identify people that fit the brand
Bro.
type,
Look at that.
that's great.
Are you kidding me?
They're eating lunch now. What is she eating? Is she eating a sandwich?
She's a Pop-Tart?
I'm not sure. Her lunch is questionable. Her lunch is very questionable.
But look at this. We have options.
Okay.
We have options. So I think that first one was the closest to the models.
Yeah, that feels like the same people.
Wow. Okay, that's really amazing. I'm excited. This is
Yeah,
really cool.
that's a great feature.
You can keep this here, or you know what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to duplicate this page here because like I want to keep that person, but we don't want them on the front page, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of neat. It's looking cool. Not bad. I think we're off to something here.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of.
All right. Nice. So we can go to page 2, which is here. And again, it's got like an agenda and some other stuff, but I'm going to just get rid of all of that. Let's see. Oh, these all separate here.
Yeah, I mean, if like I said before, we didn't have enough time to build out all of the elements, but if you
Exactly.
had put all, because you actually had several colors in your
Yeah,
brand piece, but
yeah.
if they were aligned in there, then this would have filled out way
Exactly.
more of what you were doing.
Yeah. So this is cool. It gives us a little bit of a starting point. We have some cool stuff to mess with. It looks like there's a little, is there a bubble here? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be according to the text. So maybe type out
Let's see.
something, and it's
Yeah.
gonna move with your text. Yeah, see,
Yeah, there it is.
automatically
Love that.
goes to the length of your
Okay,
text.
so let's get Ampy is refining that. Let's go here. Check that out. It's actually giving us that. We can select it all, hit the color, get one of our brand colors, and it's looking good.
Yeah, I think it's got a bold and an italic on it, so
Nice. Yeah,
you
we
might
might
need
get rid
to.
of that.
Yeah, and it's very kerned in, so
Look at that.
there it is.
Letter spacing.
Yeah,
more. Cool.
You can highlight things for your presentation.
Exactly. So looks cool. I think it's neat to see how you can kind of mess around with stuff. I'm a fan of like starting a little bit more from scratch. Some of these things are great if you're a beginner and you do need a little bit of stuff here. So let's see here. We'll do that. That's our fill. Where's our line? We'll give it nothing. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start just like I like this kind of clean
Yeah.
idea. It's a
Clean
little bit
slate.
more. What do you do when you're like getting into presentations? Do you like to have like multiple vibes of the same thing, or like just the same template over and over again?
I like
You
to
mess
have
around?
multiple vibes.
Right.
So like I'll set up the main style.
Okay.
I actually had to start with my cover first.
Yeah.
Because that really sets the tone.
Yes.
And then I decide how people are going to navigate through the piece. So if it's a
Nice.
printed piece or if it's a digital, like if it's not going to be printed, then you can kind of do a little bit more
Perfect.
because you can set some good anchors.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like to have variable titles and things like that.
Always good. Cool. All right, let's see what we got. So we got some body copy as well. I asked for like body copy and bullet points. I think you got to have enough on there for some information, but you also don't want to give them like paragraph after paragraph after paragraph of stuff.
Right.
So now we've got this, select all, make this a ton smaller. There we go.
Yeah.
So there's some hierarchy, which is kind of nice. And then for the bullet points, maybe we could do something cool with some graphics off to the side here. So let's see. We have, let's go to elements, and let's see, what should we look for? Let's see if there's anything like plug.
Yeah, like try like energy too.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's see. Some of these.
are you thinking about doing a graphic? Or are you thinking about something more real?
Depends on what I see here, right? Because it's like a lot of times too. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I love this kind of idea. Like, does that look cool? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But the cool thing is as you are browsing here, you can try them out. Like these are all more graphic.
What about
right?
generating an image of a car plugged up, or maybe the EV car? Maybe just type in EV car and see if you get something that's plugged up.
Yeah. So let's go in media here, and we'll do EV car. Surprise! Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So like a.
oh, look at that.
That's great.
That looks cool.
That's what you need.
Okay. Love that. Nice. So maybe let's make this a sidebar, so it'll be nice
Yeah.
and skinny here like this.
They make it tall.
Look at that.
Yeah, we're on the same vibe.
Uh-huh.
We're working together. here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe move this over a little bit like that so it feels good. Okay. So what I love about this is you are literally
That's super
in
clean.
one certain app. You got everything you need to kind of build these presentations and keep going. If you like this one, obviously you duplicate, you can figure out your next step and do something really fun as well. If you want to, we'll go back to the front. Don't forget, if you're presenting this live and you want a more interactive one, we can obviously go here. We could do the animate all, and we can kind of see what something would be like. We got flicker fade, popping. Let's try the glide and see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like that's a more appropriate.
Oh, easily. Look at that.
Oh yeah, like let's start a presentation. You open with that, and everyone's like, "I'm going to listen
Right?
to everything he has to
Yeah.
say."
A nice thing to do too is I'm going to duplicate one here. We'll get rid of everything but the background color. This is a fun little tip. I remember a salesperson showed me when we were putting together a presentation and we were doing some traveling for a client years ago. And she always had this idea of like, just do this. Have this as a starting page.
Oh,
So when they enter, if they enter the presentation room and everything, so now when you present and you click on this, it goes right into your first slide.
yeah,
Isn't that cool?
That's cool. Yeah,
So you're ready to go. You're not worried about, oh, is the animation gonna play? Are they gonna catch it?
Yeah.
Right. So you're creating like theater here. You're trying to make sure it's really kind of like you have your ready, set, go page like this.
It's like, all right, this is what we're going to be talking about. We'll get
Yeah.
a better sense of it.
It's such a neat little idea there.
It's a great tip.
Right? So love that idea. And then when you get into this and it has its play, it's really, really cool. There's been times too where I've added music or I've added sound effects or anything like that based on, make it appropriate to your brand. If you're doing something like this and it may be a little electrical thing or a little ping sound or something like that, could be something neat to kind of make people remember it a little bit more, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and if you have like custom jingles or
Exactly.
something like that.
Yeah. So let's say we're on this page, and I think what we want to do here is almost highlight everything we've created for the brand already. So maybe let's go with a white background for now. This could be just your brand board. And a lot of times, I've been seeing this a lot when you look up like design blogs and they show like a new recent rebrand. Have you seen how they almost do like a brand at a glance, right?
Yeah,
it's kind
very
of like
much
that one
so.
page.
Yeah, it's a one pager.
Exactly. So what I love to do is, you've got all of your stuff ready to go. We can literally go and kind of like show off the entire brand at its best. So we'll go back here, view all. We can do the logo itself. Maybe it's like the center point, and like this is like the nucleus.
Oh, yeah.
And what comes out from each one. So here we go.
Do you grid this out when you do it, or do you just let it be kind of like
If I'm doing
fluid?
it on Illustrator, I will definitely probably grid this out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I think here what I want to do is like try to make an interactive thing. We can do a little animation on this once it's all said and done.
Cool.
I liked how Jess talked about like getting it all in place and then working on kind of like your in animation and maybe your loop one as well, right? So we've got that. What else did we have? We have the two logos. We have that logo. Everything else is the white, so we don't need. We can bring in colors and kind of like mess with
What
that.
if you just put the car in there?
Yeah, definitely want to do that as well. Yep. Yeah, we already got the colors. Let's do
like
that.
that's the brand. Now we bring in the actual.
There we go.
Or we got the pattern too.
Yep, got that. We'll bring in this little guy. That looks cool.
What if you did the pattern on the whole background, but like
Now you're just talking crazy, dude.
and then made it shimmer?
We're going crazy here,
Yeah.
guys. I love it. Let's see. Oh, go back to, I love that idea. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to bring in the lifestyle. I always love
Yeah, you gotta
this.
have people. People's good. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it will bring your presentations to life when you have something like that. So let's see. Maybe what we can do is in elements, we'll find like a line and see what we get. I don't know if there's anything like, oh, that's kind of neat. Let's see. I was trying to do something like this where
Oh, you want it to be like
everything
coming out. or
everything
something.
stems from the
Oh, interesting.
the logo itself. So something like this.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit different than a normal just line. So I'm gonna kind of
It's kind of got some EV vibe to it.
exactly. There we go. And some, this it all depends. Like you will find that like you will feel more Illustrator-ish when you're doing presentations on Express, because it's like it's so intuitive. You're literally doing all the things here, you know.
Right.
So what I like is like let's give this a little bit. So let's say we'll go here, create new type, and we'll say brand at a glance. Okay.
Cool.
We're almost giving them a little bit of a style guide, kind of ready to go, which is sick. Look at
Yeah.
that. Cool.
Yeah, you've got your product photography,
Yeah.
you've got your product,
Yeah.
you've got the brand. You know, if you had a tagline stuff, you can
Oh,
do
we'll do that.
taglines
All right,
in
cool.
there.
So let's just make this light italic. These can be our little description thing,
Oh, yeah.
all right? And then we can do down here, what do we want to call this? We'll call this the vertical.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are your terms? Do you use? I somehow always say stacked logo.
Oh, okay, that's a cool one.
You
I say
know?
horizontal and vertical just so they know the difference. Like horizontal's always that one that would be like maybe top left of a website.
Yeah.
Whereas stacked or like you said vertical might be on a cap or something, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So whenever I say vertical,
Yeah.
it's always like if it's meant for a very tall piece.
Yes. Okay.
And if it's stacked, I'm trying to say, hey, this
Yeah.
is the icon and the word
Yeah.
mark stacked.
Gotcha.
You know, that's kind of the one difference of those, because sometimes you do have a actual vertical logo.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go.
but I love the descriptions here. This
Isn't
is
that cool?
great. Yeah.
And then maybe here we can say, I always love hero logo as the main, because I think like of those two between a vertical or horizontal, there's probably one that will always be the one that you want to like strive for first.
Yeah.
So I like to call that. And then here we can just call brand, what do you say, icon or mark? What do you like?
I say icon because
Yeah.
there are marks that you work with.
Sure.
And I don't want someone to think that
That's true.
this is Mark.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true, right? I love that, man. So this is kind of fun. I love this vibe. It really does kind of have a cool little look to it as well.
Yeah.
Which is great. So you can see here we got that one. Then we got this. The other thing I was going to do is like to bring the kind of brand to life. Let's have some fun and do something cool. So I'm going to duplicate this. And I don't think we need these guys anymore. But what does a brand do to kind of get their name out there? To kind of like, they're brand new. Maybe the car was shown, but as a giveaway, I love swag.
Yeah, swag,
Right.
swag, and then, you know, some promotional material, like
Exactly.
street team kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Let's have a little fun with that. So what we could do is let's do, we'll go over here to that. And this is great. Here, you can just do like t-shirt,
I was going to say, your shirt, hat,
right? Yes. Tote bag.
tote bag, lanyard.
Gotta do a tote
Even-
bag,
You know,
right?
if it's not if you
Yeah.
haven't done a tote bag, your
Yeah.
brand actually doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
Is that
That's the legal rule.
Is that our customer or what?
Yeah, I just had a client recently say, "Hey, can you do a tote bag?" I was like, "Of course."
Yeah.
I've already made it.
Right, I know, perfect. So I'm a big fan of like doing something more editorial on a lot of the merch rather than just slap the logo on,
Okay.
like have some fun. So we can go back to our Illustrator file and like see, we had some cool ones here. There was a few that you liked, but built to go, price to go, drive happy, drive ampy. I like that one. So
I like that too.
that was a good one. Perfect. So I'm going to stay in Illustrator for now and then just drop it into one of our libraries here. But let's
Yeah.
build a little graphic for that t-shirt. So we'll get our text box, drag it out. Now this is where you can have some fun because like we have our brand font and we have our headline font that's more in for editorial. But for here, this could be something kind of fun. What do you think? Like maybe, let's see, do we have anything that's futuristic or kind of like, I'm trying to think of what would be a fun font for
Do you want it to be more bold or you want it to be sleek?
I guess more. It's got to be friendly. It's got to be in our
playful.
vibe. Playful.
Yeah.
Yep, that'd be kind of fun. Let's see if we have anything in the playful zone.
So explain to people exactly what you're doing because you're typing in a type of font.
Yeah, I always love to go with like. Hopefully, there's a font that's playful or play is in the title. So I'll do that.
But that's a new thing, right? You can type in styles of font and it doesn't mean it's matching the name of the font.
I think you'd probably more in your filters, right?
Yeah.
In actually going through there, right? So cool. Yeah, that's true. You can do that.
So you can filter out different fonts. If you need to add things, you can use Adobe to find something.
Yeah. You can have some fun with the attitudes. There's something really cool about this one. I love almost like stacked, like hard type like this, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
So let's do like this, and then let's see. Come on now. There we are. We got our two colors. Let's see. I'm going to use our two mains, which are these two. And Ampy will be at the bottom. But I want to do something like drive will be in one color.
Okay.
Like that. And so will, and then happy will be in the dark blue. And we'll just keep doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Like what's our style guide
Drive
for?
happy, drive ampy.
Exactly.
So if you put ampy in the copy, do you then put ampy logo or do you just put the A? Because you've already said ampy. You probably shouldn't.
I like that idea.
You might just put the icon.
Yeah, we should collaborate on something.
There you go.
Like this? Oh yeah, look at that, dude. And look how it fits in the little space above
the little eye fits in there, you know.
Those are those little happy, like you're like, make it a little bit bigger so it fits right in there. Look at that.
And it kind of gives more kind of focus on the mark, right? Because both of this, the type and the mark are so different.
Right.
Right. So when you see it, it's not always about making everything totally exactly the same.
Yes.
Because someone might say, well, why don't you just type in, because the Ampy was a font, why don't you just type the copy in there? Well, no, the logo needs to be the logo. If you type the font with a slogan with a logo, you're actually taking away from the mark.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's see. Let's fine tune this. It looks like that is a little bit far away here. We'll make this a little bit closer.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's funky.
Right? Because like I always say when you're doing these things, no one wants to just walk around a billboard for your brand.
Right.
Do something like this where great combination where we came up with this fun little line, but you bringing in and saying like use Ampy in your sentences as it should be.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to copy that. We'll go right back over to here. We got our dude here. We'll just paste it.
Yeah.
And we're good to go.
Look at that.
So there we go.
He doesn't seem very happy though.
Yeah, but maybe once he drives it, he will be.
Yeah, once he like gets in the car.
Yeah. So cool little tip, just go to multiply, instantly gives it that real look.
Nice.
Look at that.
That's
Come
cool.
on. That's really fun.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and it's like a little shadow seeing through it.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. So we'll not a coffee mug. We'll do a travel tumbler.
Okay, yeah. Like a little bottle.
Yeah, let's see. I love that, like, it has never steered me wrong. It always finds something.
Yeah, you've always got something in there. And you would think you were pretty specific. You said travel tumbler.
Right.
You didn't just say water bottle.
I know. You're like, will Express have this?
Yeah, I was a little worried for us for a
It will.
second. But
Exactly.
it's got it.
Okay, so now we need a little bit of a line here for what would go on a Again, the T-shirt, almost anything can go on that. But the coffee thing, like this is coffee. So this is like, you've got coffee as your energy, and energy kind of blends well with that. What do you think we should write on this one? That would be kind of fun.
We could say like, energize your drive.
Okay, right.
But that might be kind of long though.
Yeah. How about let's see, drive happy, drive ampy, ampy. How about getting ampy? Something like that. Get ampy.
Get ampy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, get
so
ampy.
again, now we can do the same thing we did here, where get can be here. Oh, look at that. It didn't stay.
Yeah, sometimes that happens to me, like if it's weird when it decides it doesn't want to type normally.
Yeah. Okay, cool. This becomes, like what we're doing right now is literally the brand.
You're creating the
voice.
style guide.
The brand voice too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love how this is all working pretty good. Like this thing nestles really well with everything.
Yeah.
Like right about there. And then, or we can do it, let's see. I was thinking like that. and then go up the
Yeah.
the cup.
That's
Let's
cool.
See. Let's see like that. So we'll take that.
And yes, Bree, he hasn't had a chance to drive yet. Once he drives the Ampy,
Yes, he will be.
you will see his vibe change.
Should we do it before and after?
Yeah. Well, we could do the similar image
We're make him happy.
and make him happy.
Whoa.
We can make him happy.
All right, let's see how this works. So
We can make him Ampy.
we'll zoom in. The puns.
Yeah, they never stop.
Exactly. Well, actually, I think it might fit better.
I think because it's rounded.
And it has that taper.
Yeah,
Let's go back
it's
to
gonna
the
be
other
better
way.
for the stacked.
Okay. This looks. Oh, and then if we want, we can just put the logo, the A at the bottom of that or something.
Now, what's your shortcut you're using to outline your type without having to
Command Shift O, right?
Command Shift O?
That's first one I ever learned
Yeah, so that's a really good.
for outlines.
Yeah,
Right?
if you have it, you need to outline it real quick. Command Shift O. Boom. You don't have to go
Man.
through the whole setting to do it.
I was the most reluctant learner of shortcuts.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you just have to do power moves for a long time and you're working on things and you're doing it over and over again, you learn them, and I'm telling you, whole other story, right? So much better.
I actually edit all of my shortcuts.
Yeah.
The ones that I don't need,
Okay.
I just get rid of them.
Really?
Like I don't have
Okay.
a close. Like the command W is close.
Yeah.
I made that paste in place
Oh, okay.
because I was like, why am I ever gonna hit a shortcut command to close a document? Let me make because this is easy. Command W right on your keyboard.
Sure.
And I paste in place all the time.
Wow, man.
So
Okay. I like that idea.
I prefer to edit my preferences to what I need them to be.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. I love this detail you're adding here
Why not?
on the whole bottle.
Not too dark. So some of the stuff you can do is you can hit screen, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But the other thing you can do is with, let's undo that. Undo it again. So it's the actual yellow. Go to adjust. No, wait. Where's the one that, let's see. Go back here. Effects. That's it.
Okay.
Here we
nice.
go. So now we've got a few of these in grayscale, darken, duotone. You can do whatever.
I think
Color punch.
Yeah, grayscale might work well because then
Yeah.
it's like
yeah.
It's kind of like it's engraved on
I
it,
agree. There you go.
you know.
All right, and then we can go back here and then do multiply.
There
Nice.
we go. Nice. You could even give
looking
that.
good, huh?
You could even give that like a little bit less opacity,
Oh, there you go.
you know, so that way some of that
All this
shadow
stuff.
comes through a little bit more.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's more subtle. Yeah, there we go. Yes.
Very cool.
We're almost one. By the end of the stream, Nick and I's brain will have combined.
I
into
love
one.
it. Let's bring in a few of the images as well.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Where's our, whoops, cancel. We want to get Ampy and, nope.
Who are some of your favorite clients to work on like these presentations with? Because sometimes you don't always get a chance to do presentations,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But what are the ones that you enjoy doing?
I love food and beverage, obviously.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended. But I find that's where you can really mess with lifestyle images a lot. You can use people that are going to be possible, personas that will be in the ad for them as well, which is really cool. I love that idea. Those are my favorite for sure.
Yeah, no, that's
Same.
cool.
I think you kind of agree.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. I like to work with nonprofits a lot on these because they have a lot of messages to tell.
Yeah.
And they can you can get a bit more specific with what you're trying to do.
Perfect. Dude.
And you don't have a product to
Yeah.
showcase, so it's mostly like you can lean into good photography and lean into type.
Yes.
And I think that's really fun.
That's great, man. I'm gonna try something.
I was gonna say, is this a video you're
Yeah,
adding?
so I overlaying a video of to the car. There we go. Let's make sure we get that there. Right there. And then same thing. You can either go to opacity, kind of get it a little bit down. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Get that.
Oh, that was volume.
Oh, that was volume. There you
Yeah,
go.
we want it
Multiply.
all the way up.
There we go. Something like that. And then basically play it. So you can get this kind of vibe.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
That's funky.
So make your brand board a little interactive, right? That's
Yeah.
what's kind of neat with this. So I'm gonna grab both, kind of make it a little bit bigger there. And that gets like, let's say, I'm sure you've seen it too, like your client might send you something that's a little bit kind of like, oh, there's not enough energy in that image, or I want to spice it up a little
You can
bit.
add a little bit. You know.
Exactly. So here, all these things that you can just find. I love that you got static, you got like waves, this having electricity. There's so many cool little things to do that really kind of are awesome. So let's find one more thing here. Media. This covers everything. You got video, photos. We'll go to photos. What do you think about, let's see, what's our other giveaway that we want to do for the brand?
Oh, right. What if we did like a, can we use Firefly to create something?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we put the car
Yeah.
in Firefly and say,
Yeah.
make it a plushie?
Oh my gosh, great idea.
And then we're giving away little car plushies.
Let's see.
And then we get rid of the background.
I love it. Image. Okay, so we want to make an image, and we are first going to do a plushie of a car, right? So let's see what it gives us. Great idea. I did this for a mascot of a client of mine. Oh, this is going to be perfect, dude. Look at this. Okay, so we're going to do, I guess we could do it both in style and in composition.
Yeah.
We can do both. So we're going to go to upload image. We'll go to our car and we'll find that one that is solo.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to use that nighttime
Yeah.
one. I love that one.
That's cool.
so cool. All right, let's do that. Cool. And for composition, we want it to be pretty strong on the strength. And then for style as well. Should we just try it first that way and see
Let's
what
just see
happens?
what we get. Yeah.
Yeah, curious to see.
Because
Now, this I love. Like, oh, look at that third one it did.
I was gonna say, because
What?
that's the more 3D looking one.
Wow.
You know?
Okay, it's getting there. So now let's try style reference, and we'll do it again here. Oh, and then let's see. That's for that. We want, what's our style? I guess as close as that. Let's give that a
Yeah,
shot.
we might need to be more specific in our prompts. We might need
Yes.
to tell it to be like a soft
oh,
toy
yellow.
plushie.
Yeah,
You know,
Okay.
because it's making it like
yeah. Yellow plushy toy car. Let's see. This should be fun.
yeah. See if we can get it to make it like a little plush.
I think toy is going to be helpful here. Not quite.
Yeah, it's still wanting to be very realistic.
Yeah. What if we take, let's see, style? I think the style is was ruining it. So let's get rid
Yeah.
of that. And style, we should do, let's see. I can even try like that little blow up one and see what happens. Let's see.
If we can't get it to get the plushie, well, we can go back and we could possibly do like some sunglasses.
Yeah.
And put the logo on some
Oh,
sunglasses.
that's a good idea. All
so
right.
that might be easier.
Yeah.
you
Let's
know.
see. What else do we have here?
Because it's all about writing the right prompt and getting the right thing and having the right style reference. Like,
Exactly.
we might want to even get a style reference of like an actual plushie toy.
Sure.
You know.
Yep.
But that's a good one. You just picked that little person.
Yeah,
there.
let's see if that does it. Gets it a little bit more.
Yeah, and if it, like I said, we can always adjust.
Yeah.
There's plenty of giveaways.
Yes.
You know, we've got the tumbler. You know, I think sunglasses.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay, they're getting
That's
there.
kind of
Yeah,
neat.
it's starting to get there.
Let's see. Oh, that's really fun.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right, cool. So we can download that. Love that idea. Go back to our pitch deck here. That'd be kind of fun to like bring in, and let's see if we can. There we go. Get rid of the background. This would be a fun one to just have uncropped. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Look at that. I love it.
It's a little toy plush.
Yep.
You know?
Let's do a tote just for fun.
Oh, yeah, we had to have the tote.
Come on.
Gotta have the tote back.
There's a great thing on one of the blogs out there that always shows new brands. They always get everyone does show off a tote bag every time.
Yeah.
You know, and their whole thing is will it tote? Like will a new
Will
a new brand like will it tote? That's the question.
Will it tote?
I love that.
And then we can get rid of the background on this too, you think? Or should we?
Yeah. These look great when you just have them
Wow,
like-
it's so fast.
Right?
It's so fast.
yeah, look at that. So perfect go. Maybe this one we just throw on the fun little logo.
Yeah, I think simple. Simple is best with that.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, just the A.
We don't use him enough. Let's get them there.
Yeah, he needs some love.
Give it a little bit of a multiply, and look at that. It picks up all the little wrinkles.
The multiply effect in this really
Isn't that
works
great?
well.
So cool. All right. So we've got a little bit of time. I want to try something totally different. Are you
Okay.
ready? Okay.
Surprise.
We've done this, right? Let's take a look. Here's our starting page.
Yeah.
Let them all come in.
We're here
Greet
to give you all
everybody.
of our money to be. We're here to give you the investments.
Right? And then what's great, you hit this, You go right into the presentation.
Wow.
You can add music. We got this motion going. That was our second page.
Yeah.
We got a nice little kind of, could be our one pager that we duplicate for different topics and everything, which is great. And then we made this little page, which I really like as well. It's kind of like our overarching kind of brand at a glance. I like to even throw this in on proposals when you're showing logo concepts, right? You give them a little bit of a taste of it. Like you've introduced option 1, let's call it. Here's how it would look across the board and things like that.
Yeah.
And then look at that. We made this fun one with animation overlays, video overlays, which is great.
Yep.
All we had to do was find static electricity, pop it over there. That's gonna bring things to life so much better when you are presenting. So here's what I wanna do. Go back to home, and you'll see over here, there's a little thing called web page.
Web page.
And check this out. This is so much fun. So we're gonna go here, and you got some cool things to start with, but look at this. You've got a little bit of a area of so I'm gonna just try business and see what we get. Now you have all of these are like little micro websites. And what I love about this is if you are looking for a way to kind of step up your presentation game and you just don't want to do slides, check this out. So this one's called Slate. It has a cool vibe to it. It looks nice and clean and everything. Let's use this template. And what we can do is actually build a new website that's like a presentation as well.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool. All right. So it's all editable.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
really cool.
It's flowy too.
Yep.
It's got
and
motion.
it's got parallax,
Wow,
everything
parallax
really,
built into
really
it.
nicely. So if we want, when we click on this, we can literally hit replace. And here as well, this is where we can either generate, have our own stuff, or just find things on Adobe stock. Here, maybe we just do, playful group of young adults at beach. Something.
Okay.
Just we can start giving things here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Right.
Sweet.
Here we go. Click around. See what you like. That feels pretty
they
good.
definitely got out of an ampy car.
Right. Exactly.
Just before this picture.
Yeah. Love that. So here, it could be welcome. Whoops. Get this here. Come on now. Oh, it's really loading that background image, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're really amped.
Yeah. Exactly.
They're all the way up.
It amped so much that they left.
Yeah, we missed the party.
Let's try this
No,
again.
let's try another one.
There we go. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna let this one go.
Yeah, because it's adding parallax to this too,
It is,
which is
so-
why it's adding a little bit of time.
There you go.
But the fact you
Yeah.
have all these different.
There it
Oh,
is.
look, that looks great.
Yeah, and see now I believe you have some stuff here, image alt, so which is kind of cool as well. We got
Okay.
welcome in here. I believe if we just hit here, we can actually kind of like start going a little bit more. We can split the layout, do something unique here. Maybe here is where we bring in the photo. So we go back to, let's see, how do we get it from ours?
They did
your
enjoy
stuff.
the drive to the beach.
There we go.
Yes, that's right.
Right? Let's see, your stuff. So let's see, if we grab from here,
Oh, we can bring our own directly in.
let's see.
And all these things integrate with each other. You've got
Right?
You've got a website builder just to test out some layouts.
Yep.
You've got a presentation deck.
Yeah.
What we did earlier, which was a brand sort of essence and everything.
Yep.
Social media, and all this integrates from Express to Illustrator.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So let's see. If we do this here, we can swap nice and easy. Trying to figure out how you bring in, let's see, GIF. Oh, so it's, okay, so I think you got to build more stuff in general, because when you go to your stuff, it's not exactly going to,
But I guess you could try, did you try a
Recents?
file?
yeah, let's see. So it goes back to this Ampy here. Let's see, can I pull one?
Yeah, let's see if we can pull one of those in. Maybe
Let's try it.
Because it looks like you can be very selective with
There we
different
go.
things.
Add image. There we go. Okay.
There we go. And then it's gonna kind of place it within the grid of whatever you've
Exactly.
selected.
You can add your caption and whatever. But what's cool about this is I've really been messing around with this. When you have final good images ready to go and that's all you're doing, this might be a new and fun way to kind of present your stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely take a look at it. I think this is one of those fun ones to kind of see what else you can do if you're a little bit bored with just doing the same old thing. And I love this because then I believe when you're all said and done, you can kind of just present this way, which is great, full
Mm-hmm.
screen, and it really looks cool. And you can see how it definitely has a lot of that fun action in there.
Yeah,
stuff.
instead of just like standard
Exactly.
things. And then if you build out an animation
Yes.
for the logo,
Yeah.
then you add that animation into this, and now you've got an animated logo.
perfect,
you've
man.
got some pictures.
Yeah.
You're creating a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, you can do a lot. You can change the way you present
Exactly.
your work
Yeah.
to your client, which can sell it easier.
Yeah.
And way less edits.
Yeah.
And we don't like edits.
This is great too. I noticed templates here are really getting amazing. So you've got these little like style guide boards that you can actually start from scratch.
Oh,
kind
that's
of
fantastic.
Play it exactly, and look at all these different kind of varieties of them. It's like they know 90% of us have to do this when it comes to building a brand,
Yeah.
which is really, really fun. So there's some good stuff here as well. I love to, like, similar to what you did earlier, we should build like a fun little almost like commercial like for the brand. I think we probably have just enough time to do something fun there as well.
Okay.
So let's go. What are we gonna do? Landscape, we'll start here.
Yeah.
And we got this kind of ready to go. So let's use some of the stuff we already have that are in here. So first of all, let's see, what do we need for let's go for a video. Should we get something electric?
Yeah, maybe do like an electric car. Let's see if we get something.
Yeah. Tons of good stuff.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to get just the electric vibe or
Oh, okay.
look at this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, cool. That looks good. So click on this, get rid of the timeline for now, and we'll turn it around, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. It does feel very electric, like it feels like static.
I like that. It does feel very electric.
Electric.
All right, so let's go to our brand. We'll bring in our one with the, there we go. Awesome. And again, I'm gonna go off of what Jess said. You bring in all your elements, and then you can mess around with.
Instead of
its
trying to lay
entire-
them out at first.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
That was a good tip.
I love that. So maybe these are in the corners, kind of like 45-degree,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That looks cool. Duplicate this one, flip it that way. Let's see. I think I didn't do it the entire right way. How's that look?
Yeah, I think that matches, yeah.
Nice. He's
And
like,
you saw the align
I got my
when
eagle
you
eye.
did it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Right? Nice. That looks good. Perfect. Let's give this maybe, let's see, opacity, effects. Let's see. Oh, look at this, man. That's kind of neat.
Oh, wow. You
Oh.
can do duotone on the
Right?
actual. Yeah, that's great.
So cool. All right. Let's pop it a little bit with a lift. That looks good. You can just check out which ones work the best. That looks kind of
Yeah, because it kind of gives it some depth.
yeah,
you know?
yeah, right. So maybe this is like a digital billboard. I think that would be kind of fun to do, right?
Oh, yeah, because those are really popular.
Right.
You know, and they actually have more, some of them have more space that you can work
Exactly.
with.
So let's go back here, see some of our copy. Did we have anything that was really cool? Headline: Ampy up your drive. Your first EV doesn't have to be boring.
Oh, I like that.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. Let's see that. All right, cool. So
Not your dad's EV.
Yeah.
What dad has an EV?
I know, right? That's going back to the old Oldsmobile. ad,
Yeah.
right. This isn't your father's Oldsmobile or Buick. It could have been one or the other. All right, go back here. Let's see. So we'll do our type. There we go. Add our text. There we are. Select all, and we'll go back to brands. We need to make that our header. Oh, because we didn't have the whole thing. Let's see what happened. There it is. Come on now. There we go. Type.
Yep.
No. Brand. Edit. Type source. There he is.
And yeah, it's just right there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to do your first. I like all caps. Have to be boring.
Yeah.
Love that. All right, cool. We'll make that all white.
Oh, that give the outline.
I'll give it a line. We don't want anything. Let's get that here. Boom. All right. Where do we want our line break? It doesn't have to be boring.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah, right.
Is that
there.
good? All right. Select all. Get to our. Whoops. I'm too fast.
Yeah.
Line spacing. Get that a little bit tighter there. Cool. And then get
Make it
that
a little
nice.
larger. Nice. Yeah.
I like being able to look at both this and that.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I know. It's like,
did you notice
well,
that?
Well, yeah. It's I watch this, and then I think it's easier for you to watch
There you go,
that.
right?
Then you
There
put
we
the logo in the little corner.
Down
right,
the
yeah,
bottom
put
right.
The logo
yeah.
in the corner.
So let's go back here. We'll get our white one.
Maybe. Do you have one where it's mixed with white and color?
Oh, now you're just going crazy.
Yeah.
Chris.
Let's
do
go.
it.
Let's get
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Because you're right. So you want to go baby blue and white for
Yes.
it? All right, cool. Coming up.
Yes, please.
Here we go. So we want this one and we want drive. So I'm going to take this and go white. There we are.
Yeah.
Take that. Copy. We don't got time to export.
Yeah. We just gotta copy paste.
We're on a tight deadline.
Is that a name of a show for Adobe Live? Copy paste.
It should be.
We
I
need to
think
make that happen.
someone might have had that a while back.
That's a good.
Isn't that? Copy paste. All right. There we go.
Yeah, just to add that little bit of color. You know.
That's great. Let's see. Do we need? Ooh, yeah, just a little bit there. That looks good. How are we looking? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna just do a quick one here and see how this is. We'll make it a little bit smaller so we can see there. That looks good. What else do we need on our big billboard? We could
I
do.
think we need a little bit of animation
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So here we go. So we know we got our background. Look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So maybe a little. You know what I want is like some streak of electricity right behind it, but a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
So let's try this. We'll go to media, video, electricity. See what we get. Looking for like, oh yeah, like there's some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Looking for something that
just like
sometimes it's even
voltage or
like oh, like
something?
see like oh.
Oh, that's the one you had earlier.
That's it. We're gonna try and do this where I'm gonna try to get rid of the black background with this.
Can you do remove background on video?
I don't
I feel like that's
think so.
too powerful.
So what you can do though is, let's see, effect,
Oh, if you
edit.
could multiply it.
Wait, oh no.
If this works. If this works,
Wow.
that will be insane.
Okay. This will be, if not, there is a little fix you can mess with in your adjustments. Let's see. It's
Because it
still,
might take a while.
still giving
because
me those
it's-
sparkles.
Yeah, it's like, you really wanted me to do this? This is what you
You
wanted?
know this is frame by frame?
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
Let's
true.
get rid of it.
But it's cool that it gives you the ability
I
to
know.
even try it. So, like, if you have more
Yeah.
time,
Yes.
you can try it and see if it works.
I know.
But let's use
we
the
are
hack.
here. So
Yeah.
here. So let's go here and we'll try adjust. And let's go, let's see, wait, no. Back here, this is selected. Corners position, is it under opacity or effects? Let's see what screen does. Oh, I got rid of it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the way screen
Wow.
works.
Okay, so now we got to get this guy in front, right?
Right.
So layers, car has to go in front of the electricity.
I think electricity, just if you bring the electricity behind everything, because we don't want it messing up the logo.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe there.
Yeah.
Because now it's on equal playing
In
field
front
with
of that.
the
Okay,
background.
here we go.
This is gonna make you look.
That's not boring.
No, it's not
No, it's
boring.
not, yeah.
It might be a seizure, but
Like-
it's not boring.
It's gonna. I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer on this, right?
Right on the billboard.
Oh, that's.
But
the
either
best.
way, the fact that you're able to easily get these
Right.
things, these assets,
Yeah.
build them into something, a concept really fast for
Yeah.
a client, it's
It's so
It's
good,
unbeatable.
man. This is great stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've explored just about every option of Express today.
Yeah.
This is really, really good.
I mean, so you're able to build out a brand guideline.
yeah.
You're able to build a brand,
There we go.
able to get that into a presentation,
Yep.
building assets for the brand, which is t-shirts, water
Mugs,
bottle,
you name it.
everything.
All that fun stuff.
And you're putting that into where you're able to show the client,
Yeah.
everything is so simple to do
Love it.
once you figure out all the assets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get that brand mark, you can easily build out things.
Oh, it's non-stoppable. It's so good. Oh, it's unstoppable. Look at that. We made it.
It's incredible.
Oh,
It's
we did it,
incredible.
dude. That was great.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got a few more minutes here, and I'm curious, you can talk about more like your career and exactly how you spend your time.
Yeah.
And the programs you use the most.
Yeah.
And how that kind of helps you to knock things out.
Illustrator, #1. That's
Yeah.
my vibe. I'm just love it. It's everything I do. Everything else supports it to me. Illustrator, I know some people are much more Photoshop, but man, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with me, you know, and I think being able to have those go-to kind of programs,
Yeah.
you're gonna do really well with those and be
Love
able to
it.
knock stuff out. But
Cool.
Great job, man.
Thanks, man.
This has
This has
been
been fun.
Yeah, fantastic. We have one more stream, so don't go anywhere. There's still more to come. Yeah, still more to come. We're not done with you yet.
Not yet.
Not done with you yet.
Just one more.
Just one more stream. It's been great.
Dude, we did it, man.
Great job. Great
Finally.
job. Yeah.
It was great.